And we're live!
Oh my god, let's just look like a flying pose right away. I'm an adventurer!
Oh, actually, well, speaking of adventures, at some point on the stream, I will show off the broadsword that just arrived. I bought a broadsword last year, but that's not what we're going to start with. We're going to start with saying hello and welcome to the Story Engine's art stream for Dungeon Tryouts.
Super excited. I think when we brought our guest, who's going to be joining us shortly, AC Stuart, on last time when we launched, I think we got really into designing the, I think we all got really into the art. In fact, it was really nice to see chat kind of offer feedback. I still have a distinct memory of my sister chiming in, who I did not expect to join the live stream, just being like, "Can you draw a belly button?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" So yeah, I think it's going to be a really great chat. Dungeon Tryouts has been live for
a week
now.
A week, exactly a week.
It's been such an incredible time. I think I don't know if anyone who joining us on the live stream today joined us last week, and if you did join us for launch, thank you so much. I hope you guys had fun. For those of you who are part of the Story Engine family and you're kind of hearing and you're like, what the heck is Dungeon Tryouts? I thought I joined a Story Engine live stream. Don't you worry. Look, we're the same people. I'm Miroki Tong. I'm the CEO of the Story Engine. This is Eric.
Hello.
He does the communications and a lot of our community. And of course, Peter, who is my screen yonder this away, the founder of the Story Engine, the creator of Dungeon Tryouts, and a voguer in training. Dungeon Tryouts is our newest Kickstarter project, so it is something a little bit different. We're kind of going off the beaten path of the Story Engine. So for those of you who are kind of with the Story Engine family, don't you worry. I think Dungeon Tryouts would be a game for you too, and let me explain why. Well, first of all, if you are a creative type, a writer type, you likely use the Story Engine because you use it to kind of, use it to get prompts, to generate characters or worlds or lore for all your creative and writing endeavors or maybe artistic endeavors. Or I don't know, acting endeavors, so to say. Ooh, that's almost like a foreshadowing to Dungeon Tryouts. Dungeon Tryouts, and or you use the Story Engine for D&D if you're a DM or a GM and you're using it to create campaigns, NPCs and stuff. Dungeon Tryouts may also be for you. Why? Because Dungeon Tryouts is a game where you bring apples to apples, a little bit of whose line is it anyway, and a dash of D&D all together into a party game. So it's super quick and easy to learn, which for someone like me, for me, if my rules take longer than 3 minutes to explain, I'm out. So I basically only play party games. It invokes creativity because you have to take your zany adventurer who you get and you have to pitch them either as the character or maybe you're an agency representing the character. You have to pitch them and say, why is your adventurer best suited for this zany quest that they have to go on? And then, of course, the quest giver gets a chance to pick the winner. So you have to really give a pitch. So if you're a creative type, this is the chance for you to kind of put on your acting hat, or maybe put on maybe if you're a lawyer too, you can find a way. It's aha, in my character's defense or objection to the other characters. So see, if you're not a D&D player, you can still clearly play the game because it's all about just invoking creativity. And, all of us have watched some Lord of the Rings and some wizarding show at some point. And D&D characters are inherently just like rogues and wizards anyways. So the Kickstarter is now live. So you can go to dungeon-tryouts.com or storyenginedeck.com/Kickstarter. We can link up below, or Eric can toss it in the chat. If you
I can indeed.
Yeah, toss it in the chat so you can see where the pledges are. Because guess what, guys? As of the last time you saw us on the live stream last week, we funded in 18 hours. So did we all stay up till 2 a.m. drooling while wrestling was on in the background, waiting for us to get to the funded? Yes, we did. And so thank you, everyone who has supported us to date. It really means so much. Every time we do one of these crowdfunding campaigns, it is just so amazing, the community that rallies behind us. And we've unlocked oodles and oodles of stretch goals since then. Eric, I don't know if you want to share.
I can. I I was just dropping the link to this live stream onto our actual Dungeon Tryouts page.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can keep talking if you're off doing.
No, we have amazing, as AC Stuart is pointing out, many penguins. But that I wasn't gonna start there.
Start at the penguins. Always start at the penguins.
We've unlocked all 3 of our expansions, which I think is the main thing.
Yes, highly important.
So I think at this point, all of our add-ons are officially unlocked. So we have the 3 expansions and then all 3 pins.
Well, all of our core add-ons are officially unlocked.
I think all the add-ons are unlocked. We can make some things bigger, but
yes. But we also have all our guest art cards that still have yet to be unlocked. We have artwork by, I think our next stretch goal is a guest art card from the artist of The Awkward Yeti and Heart and Brain. We have guest art cards by the artist of Cyanide and Happiness, the art cards of Sarah Scribbles. So lots and lots of art cards. But yes, Haven about his penguins, I'm interested. Yes, there are so many penguins. So one of some of the stretch goals that we are unlocking on this project is that we will adopt more penguins from Sangkob, which is a sanctuary for South African penguins who are endangered. We adopt the penguins, and so we bring them to the Story Engine family. We can all give them zany names. I'm sure at some point we're going to have the name. I think we have to name at least 30 penguins at this point, and I'm probably sure many more penguins to come. So we're adopting those penguins. And the extra cool thing...
This is my favorite stretch goal by far.
Yeah. The best thing about adopting the penguins, we actually give you something. I mean, outside of the warm, fuzzy feeling of, knowing that you participate in the adoption of an endangered South African penguin, is that the more penguins we adopt, the more one of our big jobs cards gets bigger. With
basically for every penguin we add, we will add an equivalent number of penguins to this card. So it started with 10. It is now no longer 10.
Oh my god! Yeah, I think there's like at least 40 penguins on there now or something.
And I know on our launch day live stream, our artist actually kind of said, "I'm really interested in the adventure who would be perfect for this quest when there's only 10 penguins or maybe 50, but as soon as it gets more than that, it's just too irresponsible."
Too many penguins.
Too many penguins. Like, what's that threshold for somebody who's great at wrangling 50 penguins, but just totally ill-suited if it goes one penguin higher than that?
Yeah, just unacceptable amount. At that point, you need more people, more penguins. So because of you guys, there will be more penguins on the card. So that's super, super cool. And I see the scrolling is happening. So let's see. Yeah, Awkward Yeti cards coming up. Yeah, so at 110, I think how many more? 30 more penguins will get adopted. Yeah, with Shen. We have an art guest card coming in at 120, 140. Cyanide Happiness 130. We have extra 20 cards to unlock. We want to take our card deck to 500 cards. So we can have a big fat hold on. Let me hold up the my alpha copy. So many cards. I don't even know if all 500 cards are here.
No, that alpha deck is 155. I think it's only 155 cards, so it's gonna be 3 times bigger than that.
Yeah, think of how fat. So many cards, so many adventures. It's almost like for Dungeon Tryouts, we want to achieve that core thing that we say for Story Engine, because the Story Engine core deck can create over 30 billion storytelling prompts. Well, with 500 quests and adventures, we can create billions of pitch and adventures. And speaking of this alpha deck, we got a little something for you that we announced yesterday. So we have a contest. We decided to launch a contest for our backers because we are interested in hearing from you on we're interested in hearing from you on how you can pitch your favorite adventurer for a quest. At this point, I think Peter has created some really wacky ass characters and filmed them. We've had a number of amazing content creators film some really hilarious pitches for us, and now we want to see you guys do it too. So what you have to do is pick from a hand. The hand's going to show you the quest, and I think the quest is. I want to read it.
I've got it up on the screen.
Okay, good. Yeah. I want you to say it properly.
Cross an ancient city overrun by feral dogs you know you shouldn't pet, but you're going to try anyway.
That's 100% my sister. She would pet. She'd be like, "Oh, cute dog! Oh my god, my arm!" And then you, there is a hand of adventure. So this is when you play the actual game. This is how many adventures would be in your hand. You select your favorite adventure. You record a up to 60-second pitch. You can either pretend to be the agent representing the character, or you could be the character yourself. Costumes are highly encouraged, and record the pitch in a video, and upload it to a platform like Google Drive or Dropbox, and just make sure the link is shareable. And then you enter all your details and the contest submission form, and then you get a chance to win a. I was gonna have you scroll down to the t-shirt.
Oh,
T-shirt.
I don't think we. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, well you get it. You get to win a Party Time T-shirt, which is our Kickstarter exclusive Dungeon Tryouts T-shirt, and a copy of the Alpha deck. So you, before everyone else, can have a bunch of cards, a whole deck to play with your friends and family while you're waiting for the full product to come your way. So maybe Eric, if you want to stick the form link in
I can do that
into the YouTube as well, in case you aren't signed up to our newsletter, and in case you missed our Kickstarter update, you can find information on all the rules and details there. Oh, did I say everything that needs to be said?
I think we covered everything. I think that's all the news that's fit to print.
All the news that's fit to print for now. Unless other things happen, like new things getting unlocked. Oh god, everyone's trying to pet the dogs in the audience. Guys, they're feral. Guys, they're feral dogs. All of you have failed as adventurers.
What part of feral do we not understand?
Probably the part where it tells us that we're going to try and pet them.
I think what we're learning is that feral just means pre-tamed.
I think also it truly means that all of you need to be entering this contest. You guys all need to pick an adventurer and prove to me in a 60-second video why you can succeed in petting the feral dogs and crossing the city in one piece.
Well, speaking of feral dogs, our artist guest today literally had me put in his bio, probably not a furry.
What a transition. Oh my god.
And if that's not a tee up for a transition, I don't know what is. We're about to be joined by the artist of Dungeon Tryouts. He's a phenomenally talented artist. He's an incredibly friendly guy. I love collaborating with him. He is the creator of many webcomics, including Ben and Steph, Your D&D Stories, Tater Pig, Elfin Warrior. Noob the Loser is a handle, not a comic. But I think I got all the webcomics. I might be forgetting one. And Awoo, of course, and Awoo. So I think that's 5 or 6 comics. I think that's the most of them. But phenomenally talented artist. I think he's given so much of the core like heart and character and aesthetics to Dungeon Tryouts. Always a pleasure to hang with him. Please welcome Andy AC Stuart. Yay!
Hi.
Hello. Hello and welcome.
I'm here.
Thanks for joining us.
I realized when I realized as we clocked in Awoo being the comment, I'm like, of course you're petting feral dogs. Of course you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I've got my dog here, but I blurred the background. He's very shy. He doesn't want to be on camera.
Oh, I thought he was just a blurry dog.
I thought it was maybe a ghost.
He's a Joe Blurman pincher. I don't know. I can go. It's fine.
Andy had backstage his little white tag below his name was probably not a furry before, so I teed him up. I felt like I was teeing him up with that, and then I got a Sam Reich dropout sneaky switch out reference because he was here. He was in fact here the whole time.
That's true.
But Andy, welcome. It's wonderful to have you.
It's wonderful to be here.
Are you ready to draw some things that you don't know?
My favorite artist. Wow. Thanks, Mom. No.
Hey, you know what?
If
you had a mother who loves you and draws your art, take it. I grew up with tiger parents, so no matter how well I drew, it was like, you suck. Take praise, accept it, love it. It gets harder every single year that goes by as an adult, and people just criticize you instead on the internet.
Yeah. I've had the unique experience of my whole adult life, like meeting people and them talking about the trauma from their parents, and I'm like, yeah, my parents were very sane. They were just nice to me and like said nice things. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how I turned out so bad. But,
well, we're excited to have you draw some stuff for us because last time we all had a huge blast. Watching the characters you drew. I think we drew the possessed ventriloquist. by the dummy. The dummy both ended up being a lot cuter and a lot more horrifying as a result.
Yeah.
I have feelings about that.
I'll be so real. This was like one of the first ones in the document, I think, when I first got access to all the prompts. And I tried to draw it like 5 times, and I was like using like creepy, like, creepy, like ventriloquist dummy things as a reference, and it just wasn't working. I think going Muppet with it was like the angle that I was missing. I needed to go Muppet.
Yeah, we should bring the Muppet on stage. Peter, I'm bringing the Muppet on stage.
Yeah.
If I'm ever struggling, I just need to go Muppet.
The Muppet! Yeah, this is purely through the inspiration of a lot of us being really wacky during the live stream, and then suggestions from the audience, like adding a belly button and asymmetrical, long, spindly legs.
I need to zoom in on that belly button. That's how you know he was a product of live birth, as Peter pointed out last time.
Yeah. Canonically speaking.
Like, does it get less creepy closer up?
Yeah.
What is the umbilical cord if not the first puppet string we wear?
Oh, wow.
That's like a Rupi Kaur poem, and you like have a little drawing of the puppet.
I was gonna say like 1990s DeviantArt, late 90s DeviantArt, early 2000s DeviantArt quote, but I'll take that. I'll take that as well. And this was the applying ointment to a dragon with a nasty scale infection, a difficult dragon with a nasty scale infection.
A scale infection that's actually basically a tour of the whole globe.
Yeah, we
but
stuck
only
a bunch of countries
specifically the countries that Andy could draw.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be interesting to do the patterns of the scale infection being a bunch of very like rectangular states or something. It just looks like you got pixels tattooed. But we are actually going to have you guys, the chat, vote on what Andy's going to draw. We prepped some prompts that you'll get to pick between. But I'll start by pitching to Andy. Andy, do you want to draw a quest or do you want to draw a character next?
I'll do a character.
A character, fun. Okay. So, what we have for adventurers, chat, we'll count down to when you can vote, and the first thing to get 3 votes will be the thing that Andy draws. But we have three options here. We have a tree person who loves setting things on fire. The notes on that is that we're drawing. By the way, the Tolkien estate, surprisingly litigious. So we can't say Ent, so we're going to say tree person. But we're going to have a very Treebeard-like character, or Ent, holding either a flamethrower or a can of gasoline in a lit match. Maybe wearing sunglasses, maybe not. Andy will get to make some choices here. We have a cleric whose religion gives real cult vibes. And Andy, it's dealer's choice. No notes on this one. There was a very hooded, creepy character from some of the character art that you shared with me before we launched the game that I had in mind. But I think there's no wrong answer here. You can go any which way you want. And then we have a prompt that got added to the prompts list like 3 days ago. When I was doing a lot of recordings about the sea captain character, there's a character that I'll hold up for the camera here for a second.
It's going to pre-draw the sunglasses for whichever character I draw.
They all.
Yeah.
They're getting sunglasses.
They're getting sunglasses.
So we've got a sea captain who keeps getting distracted by their quest for revenge on the shark that ate their leg. We're actually going to be doing using some of our revision hours, Andy, on this to have it be the shark that ate his legs. And we're going to redo the 2 peg legs. And then the third option for the prompt today is a shark who's on the run from the sea captain whose legs he stole. It's going to be a shark with 2 really swole human legs, like just kind of grafted at the waist. And then he's going to be wearing a trench coat, fedora, also possibly sunglasses. So those will be the things that people can vote for. So you can vote for a shark, a cleric, or a tree person. And Moroki, why don't you count us down?
In 3, 2, 1, and vote. You know, I was putting on some brain dead rom-com on the weekend, and we found this like Uma Thurman. Who was the other guy?
It was Luke Wilson. It was my super ex-girlfriend.
My super ex-girlfriend. So it's like the girlfriend's like a superhero. And it kind of goes into a twist because it turns out she's like super jealous and a little bit crazy, but she has superpowers. But in like a moment of jealous revenge against her ex, the shark, I think
Yeah,
God,
the shark won in a
Shark's winning. Yeah.
in a water slide in a
Yeah,
single-
yeah.
tidal wave.
The
I was
water
gonna say
slide.
the shark concept is really pushing up against the no body horror clause I included in my contract. But
Oh yeah, and again, this needs to be in the all ages deck. So the grafting is going to look, just make it look like he's got Trogdor.
Goofy, yeah.
The Trogdor swollen arms. We're doing that for legs.
yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but in a fit of jealous revenge, she like flies up to the apartment, New York apartment that he's in, and she like just throws a shark through the apartment window, and like it just goes through this thing where the shark's like chasing him through the apartment, flopping around before he like crashes up against another window and falls out the window, of which we never see the shark again.
Not what a shark would do if you threw it into an apartment, I don't think. Like,
No,
I don't
you
think
don't
it would
think
be
so?
like time to eat. It's kind of like the argument against Jurassic Park, where all of
It
the
looked-
dinosaurs want to
It
kill
lived
everyone
for
all the time.
Yeah, it lived for a very long time out of water. Considering also it had to get there, it wasn't like just popping out of thin air. It was like dragged out of the ocean to New York and then tossed.
The shark was very committed. It moved very well too for being out of water. It like traveled out of the bedroom, like into the living room, into the kitchen, and around.
This is probably like her go-to shark. Like, this is probably the shark she uses every time she wants to throw a shark into a window.
Right?
You can tell that shark has experience.
He's like land shark for hire. All right. The sunglasses are gone. I'm sad.
Yeah, they'll be back.
They'll be
Because
back.
he's on the run, right? So like,
Gotta stay incognito. Can't let anybody know he's a shark.
We also probably had to scale those sunglasses up for the shark. Yes. Well, while Annie's getting started on coming up with the perfect sunglasses for our shark, if anyone has questions about the campaign too, because this is the first live stream we've done in the week since we've launched the campaign. So obviously, like we you leave comments on the Kickstarter page, or if you send us a DM, we're always happy to get back to you, and we always get back to you as soon as we can. But usually, live streams are the best time for ask me anything or ask us anything. So if you have thoughts about that, or in the meantime, if you guys have questions, we have questions for you. If you guys have like weird D&D TTRPG characters you've played, we'd love to hear them as well. I'm pretty sure like we've come up with a few random new characters for the deck over last week just from things we've talked about, like the shark per se. I think today I like randomly said to Peter, I was like, I'm a berserker who has severe narcolepsy, because I was like, this is just how kind of like I'm feeling right now. Like, I'm really tired. I have narcolepsy and I feel a little bit nutty. And then he's like, it's a perfect prompt. And I'm like, huzzah, yeah. I've now contributed to this game.
I like how you were just trying to express the level of like, express your emotions on the level of stress that we're all under with the Kickstarter. And I'm like, perfect content for the game. Wait, sorry, friend. Were you trying to describe that you're having a difficult time?
Jurassic shark. They might not notice, but I noticed. Jurassic shark.
So good.
Jurassic shark. Jurassic Park shark. Jurassic shark.
Love it.
When you see the adventurer inside Jurassic Park, like maybe he's wearing like camo and like an adventure hat. Maybe he's not actually the evil shark. He's just the one going on the adventure. I did not expect a mustache for the shark. I suppose it would make sense given
I might change the mustache.
I suppose the other way of interpreting this card is that the shark is just carrying a pair of detached legs.
Just over his shoulder.
Over his shoulder, like just full on burglar mode with a sack of with a dollar sign on them.
They did say that like millions and millions of years ago, whales and like all sea creatures, they had legs. They actually like they say at one point they had legs and they wandered the land, and then they just kind of realized that the water was better. Like they were like, oh look, there's like more food and stuff, and there's like more of it. Let's just go in there, and then they like evolved their legs away. So clearly the shark had just like deep-seated intergenerational trauma memories of having legs, and was like, why do I not have legs anymore? Mother, why do I not have legs? And mother's like, sorry, son, we've just evolved this way. And it's like, but my ancestors had legs and we could walk the land and be in the sea. Why can't we have both? And the mother was like, well, son, just sometimes things are better in the sea. And he's like, I watched The Little Mermaid. Things are not better in the sea. I want to have legs. And then he took them from the captain. I've created a backstory for the shark.
What I always find wild is I love evolutionary biology, which I've talked about a little bit while working on the Lore Masters deck, the Creatures deck. But sharks as a species are basically older than trees. That's something that always kind of blows my mind. Like they kind of got to be the perfect hunting machine that they are for their environment, and then just like haven't really changed. But like literally, they existed before trees happened, and that to me is just like trees feel like they're like one of the oldest things. Like if I was gonna rate old things, I'd be like trees, and then rocks is slightly older than that, and then I'm out of things I can list. But no, it goes trees, sharks, rocks, which I just think is wild. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
wild.
kind of crazy. Or like, is there like some really tiny phytoplankton that's considered shark? Is that why? Like, is there
No,
like
no, like actual
I think
sharks have
are
not needed to
considered-
change. Like they're as
Yeah.
species, their species exist. They're kind of living fossils almost, in many ways. I think
mean, I
there
know
are
that's
some.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
which
ain't
is
broke,
just
don't
wild.
fix it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Apparently, we just all need to become sharks.
Yeah, or crabs. That's the other one that seems to be evolutionarily like 8 legs seems to be a really good thing evolutionarily.
It's like that and crocodiles, I think, are up there too.
Yeah.
But not quite as old as
Crab
sharks.
is like everything, like on a long enough timeline, everything evolves into crabs. It's
Yeah.
like what is it called? Convergent evolution.
Yeah.
If they're so efficient, then why are they so tasty and cookable?
Yeah. I asked that both of sharks and of crabs. But question for the chat here: what's the weirdest D&D or tabletop RPG character you've played? I will mention that part of the origin story of Dungeon Tryouts was like just not having time to play as much D&D and make as many characters as I wanted to, and wanting to like get some of that out, but also having played some like very odd characters myself. In fact, I think one of the cards in the deck is directly a character that I played for a one shot. He was a barbarian who his performance talent was doing stand up, making puns, but then as the barbarian half of him was so angry about puns or got so enraged by puns that he would send himself into a rage. And that was my very silly character. So I'd love to hear about your very silly characters that you've had in D&D or whatever tabletop RPG you play, or if you've just written a very silly character in your work in progress. We want to hear about it. Tell us about your little weirdos. We love them.
I think I've written no weird characters, but I guess they're weird now as an adult because they were like having the most character creation when I was in my teens, which means everything was angsty and everything was gothy and everything was melodramatic. Which I suppose would be really funny now, but they were really serious characters back then in my little gothic, angsty 16-year-old mind.
Yeah, I have some very self-serious high school writing out there as well. I know
think my writing has weirdly probably gotten more serious. Like in high school, we played the dumbest stuff. Like a friend of mine played Kishba, the underbite kobold. So he was a kobold with like a giant underbite. And his entire religion was like revolving around his underbite. Like if he killed somebody, he was sending them to the afterbite. And I remember for some reason his culture used a base 7 counting system. I don't know how this came up, but the base 7 counting system. And when I was trying to convince him of something one time, I said, "I will make your 7s 8s," and he got so mad he killed me. So, like it was really offensive to him that I would try to
change
his counting system.
Yeah, intense.
That's funny. I don't know. Eric, what's the weirdest character you've ever created?
I don't know.
Probably the free RPG day.
I don't know if that was the weirdest one I've ever created, though. That was basically just a golem.
He was a golem who ended up like kind of programming himself as like a sentient.
It was a golem that couldn't really do anything of it, like a character who couldn't do anything of his own accord. But as soon as if somebody else had told him to do something, he would be able to do it. Basically, no questions asked. So he could like basically gain skills, but he couldn't voluntarily do anything. Like if it was like sew like knit a blanket, he if somebody told him to do it, he could do it. But if he just wanted to knit a blanket, he couldn't do it.
I feel like somewhere in the end run, around the time that the island was exploding, I feel like you gained like tell yourself to do things as a skill or something like that.
I think I did. You're right. Yeah. At some point, I basically gained sentience.
I think you like hacked autonomy at some point. in the closing. I also remember that you suplexed a vampire child to the moon.
Yeah, I definitely did that.
Wait, say that again.
But we're talking about D&D right now, not
yeah,
just.
I suplexed a vampire child to the moon.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we have it's for a crown of candy-like world where everyone's food-based, who's a McRib and is escaping from being a limited time.
That's delightful. That's absolutely. If you don't know, Crown of Candy is one of the seasons and also worlds created for Dimension 20. The actual play that Dropout runs. Crown of Candy is they're very like it's like Game of Thrones meets Candyland. So this is fantastic. The Meat Kingdom, I think, is coded to like speak with like a Russian accent, so that helps. The idea of like this kind of like Russian Meat Kingdom, but they got this very American McRib character. Is
McRib.
I love it so much.
Or like if you're saying McRib, it's like a Scottish Russian character.
Yeah.
See, then the question I have to ask for you, Tramble, is like, what happens if you're limited time? Like, what happens? Like, do you get retired early or do you die?
Interesting.
It's like you get a chance and then you die. Especially if it's Russian.
It's like when you age in this world, you just start growing mold instead of age spots.
And then they like cut it off of you, so you lose more of yourself every single time.
Andy, I'm absolutely loving this.
My request full disguise, but he like can't like he worked for them legs. He's got
he's got to show them off.
Yeah.
Can I ask for one extra detail, which is some kind of like Siemens tattoo on the leg somewhere, like a little anchor or a little something.
Oh yeah, just to imply whose legs it is.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like weird legs and grafting, when they're saying party disaster, several died, resurrected with missing limbs, and ended up with odd prosthesis. Seems really in theme with what we're drawing right now.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Actually, that reminds me of one of my favorite something I like about D&D and about tabletop role-playing games in general is that they like create the need to answer really complex philosophical questions because they need to define certain terms for game and mechanics reasons. So a great example is purify food and drink. When does a corpse become food? Right? What does it count as food? So let's imagine you kill your party member. Can you purify their corpse as food? Do you have to bite it first for the universe to accept it as food for then it to become a valid target for purify food and drink? I find this very interesting.
Peter, you haven't watched Dungeon Meshi.
I have not. This is true.
I can tell you if you go watch Dungeon Meshi, you will have the answer to this question immediately. And that something becomes food the moment your party member questions whether you're edible.
Oh, I like that. I like that very much.
Yeah, because that's literally the premise. Like the main character literally would just like look at different monsters and different things and like it would be the most horrific thing, and or like they would die, and he would just be like, "Can we just cook it?"
I do like probably my favorite thing about Dungeon Meshi is how his like obsession with eating monsters is like erotic undertone. Like it seems like it's overtly like a kink of his to eat monsters.
It's true,
and everybody just has to deal with that.
But also like that,
Senshi treats it very normal. Senshi's like, yeah, I eat to survive. It's good. And he's like, I eat because like I fucking need it.
Yeah, it's true because like one actually like thinks of recipes and how to make it edible, and the other one's just more like I just want to eat it, but like and also no regard for his life. So that's where the kink is too, because you're like he like eats it, he doesn't even know whether it's poisonous or not. And he's like, let's just do it, put it in my mouth, and I'll find out the consequences later. Yeah,
this is one of those ones where like I could have stopped drawing like 10 minutes ago and it would have been okay, but I just keep adding things.
There's never too many to disguises.
Yeah. I need to come up with what tattoo to put on him. Maybe I'll take suggestions from the chat. I was going to put an anchor, but these are the captain's legs, and he's already got an anchor on his arm.
Oh, that's true.
He wouldn't have an anchor on his arm and on his leg.
Are you sure?
It's just all anchors. They call them Anchors McGee.
It's all anchors, yeah.
A skull?
Well, we've had a suggestion for a tiny shark as a pinup.
Do tiny shark pinup.
Or it could be a big one, a big thigh piece.
like a little shark like that.
Like a sexy shark with like roses behind it, kind of thing.
Look how many teeth she has.
We have a suggestion
No,
for.
I know what sharks like.
Show your shark whisperer. Mom. Yeah. Oh, it's a shark.
Like in the shark world, dentistry is like an erotic profession.
That's what they like. I fully believe that. And have you seen the Shark Dentist game that just came out? Or I don't know if it just came out or it just got very popular, but it's been making headlines.
I don't play adults only games.
I forgot that game came out. I was like, something is triggering my memory about shark and dentistry, and it's probably because of that game. Wait, Peter, how does the gameplay work in that? Do you know?
I've not looked too much into it. I think that my guess is that if you like anger the shark by like jabbing a sensitive bit or doing your job badly, it eats you. That's my assumption.
It's like horror.
There was a game like that when we were kids. It was like the little crocodile one, and you would have to press the teeth down, and then it would actually bite your like finger. And I was always afraid to play because it looked like it would actually hurt because it was like 1980s old plastic. And it was
like a physical IRL game.
Yeah, it was like a physical kid. It was like a kid's game. It was like for like ages 10 and under. And it was like this little crocodile thing, and it had like little like teeth that were all buttons. And you would just take turns like pressing the teeth, and then one of the teeth was the trigger, and it would just snap shut on your finger. And this just seemed like a terrible idea. Even when I was 10, I was like, that looks irresponsible. I don't remember what this game was, but yeah, this game definitely existed.
We need to like find a picture of it to like put up on the screen. I sort of remember this. I would play the Shark Dentist game if it was like the power washing game. So like, do you guys know the power washing game? It's like a very low stakes, like like very low stakes game where you literally just power wash things. Like you power wash like dirty helicopters and cars by just spraying it with this water, and you just get the deep satisfaction of cleaning things. And I would watch one of my friends play it at night all the time, and he used it as like a way to decompress before bed. And I was like, as someone who plays party games, this is the kind of game that I would play. So if I was power washing shark teeth and cleaning them like super squeaky clean, I'd be into that. That's the kind of game I play.
Yeah.
I think I found the game that Eric's talking about. I think it might still be around.
It might be.
Point out though that like people are suggesting ideas for the shark tattoo, like a little shark pinup or like the word shark in a heart with an arrow through it. And I'm like, let's remember that these are the legs that came from this guy. So if there's a shark pinup, we're really saying something about this captain.
That's what I like about it, because if he's obsessed with the shark, it's not like whatever the shark. Okay. The shark hurt him physically and emotionally. Is why I think he's so invested.
Yeah.
Actually, while we're drawing this, I'm going to quickly steal the screen to let me see if I can upload it. But this is one of the videos that I recorded a short of the captain character.
It's so unhinged.
Yeah, it was a really unhinged little sketch.
I was like away, I was away for a conference, and Peter was staying at our place, and there was nothing like having this show up in my videos and being like, oh look, it's a Peter video. Wait, it's in my condo. What is he doing?
He's filming in my condo.
There's an unknown man filming in my condo.
All right, let's see if I can figure out how to share this.
What about a tattoo that says Jaws was right?
That's really good. That's really good. But again, it's a tattoo that's the
captain's tattoo.
Unless the implied world building is that that he got tattoos on the legs after he took them.
Yeah, it could be like clearly a different style.
I do like to even get sort of the captain would have, just to like tie it together.
Like imagine that you're a captain.
Queen of Wrath is like very committed to like all of us. Like we're questioning, and they're like, "What? Why are we supposed to care?"
Yeah, I think probably you should add a page in the manual of the game explaining the dynamics between the shark and the captain, so that people don't get confused when they see the tattoos. Like just something that frequently asked questions: did the shark get the tattoos on the legs after he took them or before?
Yeah, so
at the end.
We're going to add 2 stretch goals. One is a PDF FAQ about the relationship between the shark and the captain. The other one is going to be a slow burn enemies to lovers romance about the shark and the captain.
I would write this.
And I'm just going to be very clear. It does end with the shark plowing the sea captain using the sea captain's own legs attached to the shark's body for the propulsion. That is where it ends up.
This is 100% going in not safe for work expansion only. So don't you worry. The core.
I was gonna say a quest for the not safe for work expansion where it's like trick a shark and a sea captain into falling in love.
Oh yes, yes. Hold on. I'm gonna add that to the
shark
card ideas.
That meat is cute.
It's being written down. These ideas are coming.
This is really good.
I'm not sure what the verb is. Is the verb like set up or like it's like
wingman, lady in the tramp them, parent trap them.
All right, wait. Are we playing this video, or you have to write down this idea?
I'm just gonna say get a we'll figure out the verb later, but get a shark and sea captain to fall in love. Okay, that's great.
We're making the game right now. You were here. History.
This is history.
This is how development happens.
All right, here we go. So this is what I recorded. This is what Maroki saw appearing on her own Facebook timeline, having been recorded inside of her condo.
Oh no! That's another one. That's another banger. It's another banger. Where'd you go?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Chaos. Give me a sec here. We're gonna go.
YouTube Shorts is hard.
There we go.
I don't know if there's audio, but it's fine. Oh no, it went away.
Oh no.
Why don't you just reenact it right now?
Right now.
Oh no, there's no. Given that Wyvern said it's old silent movie, there's probably no video. No.
Okay, hold on. We can figure this out.
We can do better, folks. We understand technology. We're modern day users.
In my experience, one of the main appeals of live streaming is really like bringing a dance monkey energy to it.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
We can make you.
There's a GIF of all of us sort of like on the last day. Was it on the last day or the first day? I don't know. We were tired and we started like noodling arms. And I realized we were all noodling arms at the same time. And I like captured into a Giphy. So it lives forever somewhere in the world.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Probably keeps getting distracted by his...
Okay, there we go. I've just uploaded it directly into StreamYard. One note that won't come across in this version of it, it loops. It's designed to be an infinite looping story, but it won't loop on StreamYard, I don't think. All right, here we go.
I be the sea captain, what keeps getting distracted by his quest for revenge and the shark that ate his leg.
Okay, weird sea captain. And you're auditioning for which quest?
Clear a sewer of mutated zombie goldfish that are bent on revenge on the surface world what flushed them away.
Okay, so we've got a revenge thing going, and what makes you think you're a suitable candidate?
I've chased my nemesis across Poseidon's 7 briny seas, and now I am convinced that he's holed up and hiding in yon sewer.
Okay, and is there any chance that you're just gonna get distracted?
Avast! There goes the very knave!
Okay, if I'm gonna find the heroes I need for this quest, I guess I'm gonna have to turn to Dungeon Tryouts, the new party game from the Story Engine. Pitch terrible heroes
love how hard
for
I turn
wacky
into an
quests.
ad.
The game features prompts written by cast members of Dimension 20 and guest art by Cyanide and Happiness, Sarah Scribbles, and Shen. Pledge now on Kickstarter. And oh, hold on, sorry, another candidate's coming in. And you are?
It cuts right back into I be the sea captain. So it's an infinite loop of the sea captain getting distracted and leaving, and then coming back.
I feel like the badly CGI'd like animal thing has become a trope for a story engine. Because when that shark came in, I like lost it so hard. I was like, oh god.
I really love bad 3D animals because we used the Velociraptor for the Story Engine April Fool's Day thing. Which was delightful.
I mean, this was also a day where like Peter just like comes over to me and is like, "Do you have an eye patch?"
And the thing is, he did.
The funny thing is, I did for reasons that are also very stupid.
I genuinely thought you guys went down and bought an eye patch. So you were like, I have this eye patch. I was like, how have we been together for so long and this eye patch just existed in our condo without my knowledge?
That's how you find out who your friends are. Is like when you need an eye patch, who's there for you?
I'm digging these Hawaiian shorts.
I like the Hawaiian shorts and trench coat look. It's like you never really see Humphrey Bogart wearing that one.
It's because he wants to be undercover, but he's got to show off them games.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Bermuda shorts. It's like Bermuda undercover. It's just too hot where he's from. You don't wear. There's no pants in the ocean.
Okay. So wait, we still haven't figured out this tattoo business.
All right, so let's review the option. So I don't think we don't have a ship yet, right?
That's what a shark would do. They'd probably just tattoo the word tattoo on his leg. Yeah, the options have been pinup shark, a ship, a heart, but with shark on it versus mom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there were any other ones.
I truly think any of those works. I think my favorite is shark in a tattoo that it's a heart. And I like the idea that the implication is that the sea captain was in love with the shark before the shark took his legs.
Or like, see, the thing is like the heart thing is definitely such like a quintessential pirate tattoo too.
Yeah. It's like the classic stick and poke.
See, the thing is, the wording could be written small enough that it's like almost an Easter egg. Like someone's gonna have to spend time, looking
really
at these cards to kind of discover all these little tiny things on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not telling you how to run your game, but at this point, I would definitely put in my FAQ in the manual, if there's a manual. Did the shark get the shark and heart tattoo before or after? Like, what was it on the leg before he stole it? You'd have to figure out how to word the question, but that's your job, not mine. So.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a social poll for the future. It's like, what do you guys think? Before shark or after shark?
I suppose there's some merit in letting the audience decide.
Choose your own shark adventure.
Yeah, choose your own Shark Week.
The decision will determine what kind of steamy romance we would write.
So what is the wording of this card again, so I can create the code word for it?
The code word for this one can be shark legs.
Shark legs, okay.
Yeah.
Is that considered like a compliment? If someone said to me like, "Hey Moroki, some shark legs you got there."
Damn girl, you got legs like a shark.
Oh baby, oh baby. I can punch through the 7 seas.
Damn girl, you got legs like a shark is a pretty weird one. I'll be honest. I'd be like, thanks, thank you. I think
like I never evolved them, or like they're like rough like shark skin. Like
they would have to be like the surrounding context of the of the word.
It's like are you part shark because those legs are always moving?
Oh, I like that. Although, another fun fact, only 70% of sharks are ram breathers and require movement to breathe. The other 30% don't require it at all, and they can just kind of float. Shark facts.
I
always suspected that Peter was, like, AI generated and, like, looked up to ChatGPT, and now I know.
No, if I was looked up to ChatGPT, I'd start hallucinating untrue shark facts. Did you know that sharks are a popular pizza topping?
Yeah, I was going to say 110% of all sharks are actually people.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. Beauty.
It's like, take one look at this picture. It's like sharks' favorite garments are trench coats. It's why you see so many of them in the ocean.
All sharks are cutthroat businessmen.
Fact. That is a ChatGPT fact.
Yeah.
That is fact GPT. Okay, well, let's jump on to another illustration then. So let's vote for a quest next. So chat, you'll be able to vote for one of these 3 options. We've got save 5 panicking gnomes in a malfunctioning mech suit. And for that drawing, Andy, I was thinking we could do a very zoomed out view of a mech suit, like stomping away over some hills into the distance, like it's on a rampage. But you can go any which way you want with that. That was just a first thought. We've got diffuse, a gelatinous ooze full of landmines. So it's going to be a gelatinous cube, but we can't say that because I'm pretty sure that term's copyrighted. But it's cube-shaped. It's gelatinous. And it's got landmines in it. I think one of the mines should be an underwater mine, like the floaty kind. I think it would be really funny to have in there. And then we've got defeat a maniacal villain who has a monologuing problem. And we're just going to have like a villain in that classic like mid-monologue pose. So chat, you can go ahead and vote for save, which is the gnomes, the mech suit, diffuse, which is the landmines in the ooze, or defeat, which is the villain with the monologuing problem. Save, diffuse, or defeat. And why don't you count us down, Eric?
In 3, 2, 1, go.
And for those of you who are just joining us and being like, what in the world is happening? There's a picture of a shark with legs in a trench coat. They're counting about diffusing gelatinous landmines and saving people from mechanomes. We're at the Story Engine. We're joined by the artist AC Stuart, who is illustrating our game for us and is tasked with the incredible quest of designing over 500 cards and then some of many, many zany quests, many characters for our new game Dungeon Tryouts, which is now live on Kickstarter. So you can go to storyenginedeck.com/Kickstarter to check it out. Check out all the amazing characters and quests that he's already created. We're bringing some more to life as we speak. If you guys have questions about the campaign, about any of our expansions, feel free to ask us now. I think the Fuse won. So
Fuse won.
Defuse, yeah.
I will say I like the new version of the gnome. Like I think the original gnome card was defeat the gnomes in the malfunctioning mech suit, and saving them is much funnier.
Yeah, much funnier. I
also every time I like think of the card, I just picture like a close up of like a little like suit of armor, and then there's just like gnomes coming out of every joint. It's like there's like a gnome like at the shoulder joint and like one at like the knee joint as they're all just like trying to like stay inside this suit that's about to fall apart.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't sound hard to draw at all.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing a jumpsuit made of a quilt where each square is a different pattern.
And as a different family crest from the gnome royal family.
Not as hard as hundreds of penguins.
I should say the art notes that I write for Andy include trying not to make him have to draw anything too overly complicated.
That is fair.
I wanted the gnome rescue, but I didn't want him to have to do a like gnome transformer with incredible complications. So in the distance, stomping off was one option. Also, just like a gnome like was just fallen free or something would be another one. But the diffuse has it. So the prompt is defuse a gelatinous ooze full of landmines. Fun fact about this one, before we decided to illustrate every card in the game, this prompt was probably going to be in the Dungeons & Dragons inspired expansion, Dungeons and Doofuses, because if you cannot see that it's a cube of ooze and that it's a reference to a gelatinous cube, the prompt doesn't make sense. But if you just see the picture, the prompt makes sense. Otherwise, you need to know about like D&D and gelatinous cubes for this one to work. But because we get to have a visual reference for it, it's been moved back to the main deck.
There we go. Well, as we get started on we've been talking about the Kickstarter a lot. Those of you who are joining us, are you only hearing about Dungeon Tryouts for the first time? Did you hear about it through us? Did you hear about it through Andy? I would love to know. Have you had a chance? Did you pledge? Is this something that like tickles your fancy and you would like to include as part of your collection? And if you pledge, I'd like to know which tier you chose, because I know we have everything from just our main decks. We have the Kickstarter exclusive, which is a gold foil box. This is not going to be released to the general public after the crowdfunding campaign. So it's just a Kickstarter exclusive where you get a big shiny golden box with real gold foils. Did you decide to pledge into all of the stuff? Because we have the 3 expansions. Like I said, we have the Not Safe for Work expansion, the Dungeons and Doofuses expansion, which is the D&D coded one. And then we have the Big Jobs expansion where the jobs are extra big. So big that you might have to, team up with someone beside you in order to pitch to win that pledge. But we also have a lot of collectibles. So for me, I know the collectible that I was the most excited about was the I'm on a quest pin that is a penguin. You can't tell, the penguin has sort of become a beloved mascot of the game. But like when I first saw this pin, I was like, I need this pin. Like this penguin brings so much joy. He has the happiest smile. It is so big. He is so derpy, and I needed him. So um, it is super cool. I love it. It brings me joy. And then we have like T-shirts and stickers and all that fun stuff. And the stickers are vinyl stickers, so you can like stick it on your laptop and your water bottle and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's great. Haven of Oddities saying here, heard about through Andy. You don't have anyone to play with. I'll play with you. You'll need pledging to support. Well, we'll find you new friends. I guarantee with Dungeon Tryouts, you will find new friends.
Bringing parties together.
And assuming that this makes $1 million in the next 20 days, you should probably make an app too. We can jackbox it, you know?
Jackbox it, baby. We did actually decide to do the kudos rule after very much inspired by Jackbox for that. What we found from some of the early playtests, I should say, especially the playtests with my wife, is some people don't try to make a compelling argument. They just try to like have the absolute funniest pitch or like the most in character pitch, and we wanted a chance to reward that. So our kudos rule, which we think we talked about in the first live stream, is basically if you make the quest giver laugh and your pitch is clearly not a good idea, but it was really funny, you can get a kudos. And if you have the most kudos, then you have one phantom bonus point that's there as long as you have the most kudos or are tied for the most kudos.
It's kind of like the longest road in Settlers of Catan, except much funnier.
Yes, yeah. It is a very silly longest road.
Well, we have definitely a number of folks here who are here from Andy. So, Andy, thank you for shouting out the deck.
Yeah.
Continue to create all the characters.
If you're not here for me, this is the kind of thing I do all the time. Like, I love streaming and drawing stuff. So, you know, that's where these people are coming from, is watching me do that. So,
and speaking of which, Andy's going to be doing 2 art streams on July 29th and August 5th on his channel, Awoo Streams. And you'll be able to see him drawing cards from the deck, and he'll be drawing from noon till 2. And which time zone is that, Andy?
That's Eastern Standard Time.
And Eastern Time.
I'll put Awoo Streams on Twitch as my display thingy.
Yeah.
There you go. Changing it from legs like a shark.
Nice.
Yeah, Wyvern here for the Devour tier. Thank you for supporting us in all its kit and caboodleness.
Quick question. Quick question for the chat. Yeah. Face or no face on the gelatinous ooze?
I love faces.
I also love faces.
I really dig the fact that this ooze seems to be eating landmines like Oreos, but also somehow the fact that he has no face makes it funnier that he's doing it to me.
It's kind of true.
It's like where is he even eating these?
Like if he has a face, it's got to be an Adventure Time face, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of fantastic.
That's really good.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
That's really
the cutest deadly ooze I've ever seen. Basically, this is just an ooze that has an unfortunate affinity for spicy food.
Yeah.
It's like eating things it's like eating things that you're a little bit allergic to.
Irritable combustible syndrome.
Combustible bowel syndrome. About pledges, but I completely forgot now. That's okay.
Oh my God, this face is so cute. It's
really cute. I really want to save him now.
I was gonna say it's like this is a gelatinous ooze that is actually worth. This is not a threat to you. This ooze is only a threat to itself.
Right now we have like no choice but to feel pathos towards this cube and save it.
And speaking of feeling pathos, we could try a little inverted twist version of the game. This is a little bonus mode that's included in the main guidebook as like alternative versions of play. Using the illustration that Andy just did for us. So Andy just illustrated a shark who's on the run from a sea captain whose legs he stole. in this version of the game, you actually draw an adventurer as the main prompt, and everyone has a handful of quests. And then you basically pitch, like, if you were going to do, like, a make-a-wish for this adventurer to, like, give them their perfect quest that they can actually have a chance of succeeding at, their perfect quest, which quest would you give them? So I was thinking, if you like Murky and Eric, if you've got that alpha deck next to you, you each draw 7 quests. I will draw 7 over here, and hopefully we won't draw the same 7 because we have duplicate decks. And then everybody plays a quest, and we pitch why we think that quest is perfect for the shark.
I actually did not know this game mode. I'm kind of here for it. I feel like in the guidebook we should specifically say it's like Make-A-Wish style. It's like the adventurer's last quest.
Yeah.
They'll get nothing else. It's like their retirement. It's like their final. It's like their final outing.
Yeah.
Or they want to go in style. Oh, I remember what I was going to say now. So Andy, the app idea is brilliant, and I could see that in the future. If we come up with a Dungeon Tryouts app before a story engine app gets
we will be ripped to pieces.
We will
and
be
fairly so.
They will come for us. So that app needs to be made first. It's like one of our most in-demanded things that we need to make.
Okay.
Yeah, and the idea of it's very hard. But if anyone is joining us from the story engine and you're all like giving me side eyes and heads, we actually are not making immediate promises or timelines, but when we all met up in May, we actually did sit down and have like a hard like napkin drawing sketch moment to figure out what an app would look like and all the technicalities around it. So the brainstorming is there. We're starting brain thoughts around it. We have not forgotten. We hear you. We hear you. And yes, we love our fans. We love our community, and we're here for you. Okay, who's drawing the adventurer?
Oh no, we're going to use the shark.
Oh, we're using the shark. Right.
Yeah.
We are using the shark. Sorry.
And Andy can ask us clarifying questions and be our interviewer / mitigator here.
Okay.
So we are trying to come up with the perfect Make-A-Wish quest for the shark who is on the run from the sea captain whose legs he stole.
Okay. Now, is the shark... Quick question. Is the shark dying of a terminal illness?
Well, according to Deep Blue Sea, a movie which I consider to be fact, I think that sharks are the cure for curing cancer and Alzheimer's, or one or both, which means that probably not. I mean, if LL Cool J is a citable source here, I think that absolutely no. But what do you think, Murky and Eric?
I don't think this shark is terminal.
I don't think the shark is terminal. But I think he's going through stuff. I think he's having a midlife crisis now that he's discovered a whole new life with legs, and it's kind of difficult. It's almost like postpartum or something. And so this will kind of like he maybe with these new legs, like he can't spend as much time underwater anymore because he realized the legs get all wrinkly and shrivelly and might just disintegrate if you just spend endless hours in the ocean. So he kind of like chased the devil, got the legs. He's like, okay, I can walk on land now. Now realizes he can't actually spend like long periods in the sea anymore. So he has this whole new life on land that he needs to adapt to and is finding a new purpose in life.
Okay. I think we're almost there. We almost have the Lifetime movie.
But I have found the perfect pitch, I think.
I'm playing my quest card on the table here. Mine has been played.
Okay. Eric, do you have your quest card?
I do.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think this shark with legs the perfect quest would be to spend a full minute riding an angry cowboy minotaur while yelling, "Yeehaw!"
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Any questions, Andy?
Well, I do know that he is equipped with 2 very good legs for that. I think I want to hear the other pitches before I follow up on that.
Sure, I'll go ahead then. I would like to present this. And thank you, by the way, for having me and for the chance to pitch here for your client. I really appreciate it. I think your shark would love to traverse a swamp swarming with giant-eyed frogs who won't stop staring at you. And I think that this is the case for multiple reasons. One, a shark with legs is, I think, the ultimate creature to be able to navigate a both wet / land environment. I also think, I hear that your client really has some gams that they really want to be looked at, but not by people who might report them. Frogs can't talk, but they can stare. And so these frogs will stare very heartily at the shark's gams without ever snitching, because they can't snitch. And so that's why I think your shark would be perfect for this quest.
Okay, that's a riveting argument.
Hey.
I am going with climb a cliff covered in goats who love to headbutt. And I'm really getting into like the Make-A-Wish spirit here, because like if you're a shark and you've lived in water your whole life, you've never had a chance to go rock climbing. This is an entirely new experience, so lots of enthusiasm. And while goats that headbutt might be a problem for some other humanoid type creatures, if you're a shark doing this, this is basically a cliff excursion with snacks. This is an entirely new type of prey that is just waiting there to be deliciously devoured. So you're going to have energy all the way to the top. Completely novel experience, completely novel dining experience, huge enthusiasm from the client for the client. I think this is just a match made in shark heaven.
May I ask a question about your client, Andy?
You may. Yeah, of course.
Did he also steal the sea captain's arms and hands? Did I? Oh no, he didn't. I'm sorry. I must be confused about how he could climb a cliff face covered in goats with only legs.
Have you seen how many teeth are in my mouth? We're just clamping right onto that cliff face.
But
That's a really good point.
It is more like, I feel like the shark, your client definitely has a thirst for adventure and a thirst for a little bit of adrenaline, because you have now, because as rumors I hear it, is that sea captain is now out for your blood all the time, and you wouldn't have stolen that sea captain's legs if you didn't thirst for that little bit of danger. And what is more dangerous than just using only your legs, your big strong legs, may I add? They looked very sculpted and muscular, to ride this cowboy. Like,
we could all compliment the shark's amazing legs all day long.
To be fair, when you are supposed to ride in rodeo, you are meant to have as little arm contact as possible. You are leveraging most of your legs anyways.
We are pitching quests for adventure instead of the other way around. I do have a follow-up question for the rodeo. Now we've stumbled into an interesting angle, which is like the quality of the dining experience for the shark. I think we can all agree that bottom of the totem pole, if we're measuring by that metric, is going to be frogs. Goats is going to be great. If I were to give my client this job for the rodeo, would he be allowed to eat the cow?
I mean,
surf and turf.
It's the Minotaur's top grade steak in there.
I'm just going to say that if I was a sea captain who lost my legs, the rodeo is the first place that I would look for them.
Also, Andy, I'm just going to say, if you're saying frogs aren't good eaten, I think you should expect a sternly worded letter from the nation of France shortly.
Me and France have been beefing for a long time.
Buffin.
I will absolutely say that riding the Minotaur and then devouring the Minotaur is completely on the table. In fact, the whole point of winning a quest is succeed in them. And if you ride and you win the rodeo, you succeed. If you eat the Minotaur, you also succeed, because there's no more Minotaur.
I'm curious if you have the legal authority to allow my client to eat your Minotaur. Like, I don't like. Did he agree to this? Like,
remember, it's a quest to be conquered.
What was the exact phrasing of your quest again? Ride?
Spend a full minute. Well, I said ride, but you can still eat it now. We also said minute. Full minute riding an angry cowboy Minotaur with teeth. And if you're riding, you can use your powerful teeth to just hang on the Minotaur while screaming yeehaw at the same time.
Really good point. You'd be really good at hanging on to the Minotaur.
Yeah, you would. This quest is like a shoo-in.
I don't know if this angry cowboy Minotaur consented to like being devoured here, though.
Yeah,
there's an issue that I'm having with it right now, which is that like
Probably
this cowboy Minotaur is part of some kind of rodeo show.
This is a social scenario. Our cowboy Minotaur is part cowboy and therefore is actually part human and sentient.
Oh, now. No. Just because it's a cowboy minotaur, it could be literally a cow in a hat.
Yeah, I think
kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I think that central to Miroki's pitch here is the idea that she has the legal authority to authorize murder and murder and eating a body. So just keep in mind that's what you're co-signing if you go with that. Another layer of concern here: do we actually believe that the shark is going to be able to go a full minute biting without killing the minotaur? Because it needs to be a full minute with an angry minotaur. A dead minotaur is not angry. So we need this minotaur to live the full minute being ridden by a shark latched on by the mouth.
Like, this is clearly this prompt is clearly part of some kind of Wild West entertainment show, riding the minotaur. And like, imagine that these people bring their family, their children, to this show, and it's literally just like a shark devouring a cowboy minotaur for a minute gruesomely in the ring.
Andy, I don't know what Wild West territory you ever chose to live in that was ever family friendly that did not involve gore, but I can tell you that even when humans rode the rodeo, their lives were often at stake.
So you're going for the, like, everybody goes to NASCAR hoping for a crash angle.
Yeah, and in the Wild West, shootouts were a very common, popular sport, which, you know, by all standards of the Wild West is family friendly. So if your client chose to take a bite of the minotaur, I think it just falls well within the realms of family friendliness in the Wild West.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the bottom of your modern rodeos are the Wild West. Those are two very different things.
We never said that this was modern. Now you guys are flavoring my quest in order to try and soil it so that Mr. Shark yours.
You said he could eat the minotaur. That wasn't us doing any flavoring or soiling.
We all support Dungeon Meshi.
Okay, remind me the exact wording of your quest again, Peter.
Traverse a swamp swarming with giant-eyed frogs who won't stop staring at you.
Okay. Okay, I think I in good conscience can't be, like, legally responsible for the murder of this minotaur cowboy, who sounds really... Like, I don't know him. I don't know his life. I don't know his story. It could end up being the best thing that could happen, but I can't be part of it. I do think that the shark on legs, he's still probably learning. Like, how long has he had these legs? That's a good question that I should know as the person with the adventurer. Like, has he... Climbing, it's a very good point. Climbing with the legs when you're a shark and you're like, these are your proportions, just, you know, for reference, these are your proportions. Like, climbing that mountain, he's top heavy, not a great center of gravity. I don't think you
want to have nice little short, like small feet though for like climbing. It's like really get into all the little crags.
Are there any climbers in the chat who can verify?
I'm actually a rock
stumpers help you.
I am actually a rock climber. For real.
Artist, does that count?
And
between the two of us, I feel like we've got good body mechanics expertise for climbing. What I will say on the climbing perspective, but climbing, like, a lot of your goal early on as you develop your technique in climbing is learning how to do more pushing up with your legs and less pulling up with your arms to basically maintain stamina. But, like, that still requires holding on with your arms. In terms of, like...
I might be literally physically incapable of fulfilling the quest.
But I mean, that's where the mouth is for. I feel like wherever you're lacking in the arms department...
I submit this. If this shark has no dexterous hand or fin control, then how did our shark tie that tie?
Oh!
This changes everything.
Yeah. I agree.
Everything forfeits. That was the real Perry Mason moment.
Okay, so as we are deepening the Sea Captain Shark lore, here is my pitch for you. Sea Captain has been chasing the shark for many years. So we as the audience only see the Sea Captain kind of Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner that is the shark in these little episodes and moments. However, what never gets shown on camera, but is true off screen, is at some point the Sea Captain caught the shark. They reunited and reconciled, but they love the chase so much that every day they wake up, he like kisses the shark on the nose, puts the shirt on him, ties his tie, and says like, "Give me hell." And then the shark runs off. He gives him a head start, and they spend all day chasing each other. But they never show that on camera. It's like this private relationship they have where they're in love with each other and the chase. And the tie is actually tied by the sea captain.
That's a lot of added lore. That
Also, could you just imagine what it means when the sea captain says to the shark, "You complete me"?
I just want to take a minute here to like just imagine, just the shark here. He's just like over here, kind of. He's having the sea captain. This is like too much drawing for like the amount of effort this is. But I just want to like just have us imagine the sea captain tying the necktie.
This is so good. Please save this layer, Andy.
This is gonna be
I don't even know.
Work expansion.
This just like, dude, there's like a full Titanic scene. It's like at the front of the boat as he's tying the tie. The shark with the arms out.
There we go. Well, and of course, he's already got the legs at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, given that Andy no longer is going to choose my quest, which is the greatest mistake I think he's ever made in his life for the shark, I think I'm all in on climbing. And one thing I will say for everyone who's challenged the that having no fingers could be a problem for climbing and tying ties, that's incredibly ableist of all of you. Like, none of you guys know what the shark is capable of doing with just fins alone, okay? We've seen more impressive things happen before.
I might have to choose that one just to avoid the lawsuit. Flack from the, who am I thinking of? That famous rights organization.
PETA?
The one.
The one.
PETA. It would be PETA in this case. Yeah, in this case it would be PETA because, he's a shark.
How does PETA defend like the shark that took the man's leg?
Shark was just being a shark. Oh, I love this drawing so much.
I feel like the look on that captain's face, I can't. Oh my god. The not safe for work expansion is getting bigger and bigger. Are we doing a dedicated? We are doing a dedicated live stream ish for that, aren't we?
We are indeed.
Yeah.
8:30 p.m. Eastern, Gen Con, Thursday, Gen Con After Dark.
Gen Con After Dark. So if you guys want to see the not family friendly version of Dungeon Tryouts, we are going to be playing around with our not safe for work expansion after Gen Con on Thursday. So, and maybe this is a good enough time to say that you can find us at Gen Con if you're planning on going to Gen Con in a week. Oh my god.
A week and 2 days.
A week and 2 days. I don't know who's going to Gen Con. I'm in Indianapolis, but drop us a note if you are. We are going to be there Thursday through Sunday. For any of you who are going as educators to Trade Day, we're also going on Wednesday. We are booth
1217.
We are booth 1217. You do have to look up a BFE Comics Did I say it wrong?
No, that's right.
Oh, okay. BFE Comics in the exhibitor list because we actually share the space with a group of very, very talented creators. Alina Pete of Where Geek Comics is one of our booth mates. They're actually one of the artists
and writers
for Dungeon Tryouts as well. So
double threat.
Yeah. So, but at 8:30 after Gen Con, we're gonna have a wee little party, probably, and with some possible drop-ins from some other noted creators out there. So, if you want to kind of join us on that live stream, it'll be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time next Thursday.
Yeah. It'll be a grand time.
If you do something if you were like promoting something that is not safe for work, is it like inherently an OSHA violation if you talk about it at work?
No, I don't think so. I think if nothing else, the like sex work is work. So some work will involve some things that are sexual, which is also not the only way for things not to be not safe for work. Yeah, it's the nature of the work.
Also, like not safe for work is
the nature of the bestiality.
Not safe for work is a spectrum. I feel like not safe for work would
Yeah.
have different parameters if you're like a daycare versus I don't know, like working on like high voltage lines.
Like, have sex
Yeah.
on camera? Fine. Have sex on camera on an unsupported ladder? You're crossing the line.
Above a shark pit.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our shark. We have our gelatinous cube, who's now eating. I believe. I think I saw in the chat ruffled
Ruffled landmines.
Landmines. Yeah.
Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch landmines.
And may I request one ocean mine? Like, you know, the like kind of lumpy.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
Sea
Minesweeper type
mines.
mines.
Yeah, could we get one of those in there too? It can be at the back, like a silhouette where there's not much detail on it. But I think it'd be a really fun little visual gag to have.
You know,
Yes. Let me see if I can get that in there.
I remember the one thing I didn't mention. I don't think I mentioned this right at the beginning, but since we have a lot of fans of Andy's art here, we had this super tier that was in our campaign that's called Paint Me Like One of Your Party Members. And it is the opportunity to have yourself, a character, or someone you love, like illustrated in the game. So you get to provide notes for one of the characters for the adventure card. So if you're like, aha, this adventurer sounds like my kind of character, I want this done in the image of something I've created. Andy will draw it.
Yeah. Are there guidelines on that, or can somebody be like, I want you to draw my dog Hank? And you're like, okay, well, like, see, you want him as like a mage holding a staff, and he's like got a big goofy grin. They're like, no, just my dog Hank.
I believe the tier says that it is not carte blanche. That we will work with the person to develop a card for the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will work with the person to develop a card for the game.
Okay.
You'll have the characters and.
I kind of want Hank in the game now, though. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll find a Hank. We'll find a
And
Hank. Like
We could absolutely
like Hank could be a demigod from a dysfunctional family pantheon. Like demigods can be.
Well, actually, I was gonna say there's we could change the prompt a dog person who keeps kicking off their adventuring booties to just a dog who keeps kicking off their adventuring booties, and it could be just Hank.
I think it's so much funnier if it's dog person though.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I think the other thing is too is we just say you have to be ready for your character to be made fun of as well because they are entering the game Dungeon Tryouts. So unlike Moroki's really serious D&D characters, your character should be a little more irreverent. But
or if the character's not irreverent, we'll irrevere it ourselves. So like, you're gonna provide us with the concept for the art, but then we write the punchline to it. So just keep that in mind. We're not trying to be mean or anything.
Yeah. One thing I was gonna say, but we only had 3 slots open during that campaign, and they actually sold out.
Yes, we're sold out of the custom portraits.
Yeah, we are sold out of the custom portraits. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because for the first time on this live stream that you guys will get a chance to hear, we're gonna open 3 more slots for this campaign. So 3 more chances to have your perfect character irrevered by us and drawn in Andy's style.
Irrevered. Love it.
Yes. So sometime if you keep checking back, we'll probably put it up in a future update as well. We'll open up 3 more slots very shortly. Yes, for irreverence.
We are about to see Andy's dog Hank.
Oh, is that what we're drawing?
We are.
That's my dog, Hank.
My dog isn't named Hank.
Now he is.
This was a hypothetical person who like has never done improv before, and you're like, yes,
Right.
and the dog Hank
and-
has a pirate hat, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, but just my dog Hank.
Well, if
That's
you in
it.
there, if
That's
you're in
the
the
card.
audience, have a dog named Hank who looks like this, you just got a freebie. You're welcome.
You're
There you
welcome. We're gonna have people in the audience renaming their dog as we speak.
Yeah.
They'll turn around and be like, you're named Hank now. Yeah. Wait, what is the name of your dog, Andy?
My dog is named Griffin. His
There we go. Perfect.
original
Got
name
it. Okay.
was
There we go.
Antonio, and he will tell you he grew up on the mean streets of Puerto Rico. But I got him when he was 2 months old, so I don't know how much trouble he could have gotten into.
2 months is a long time for a dog, though.
Yeah. He's on my couch sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. Okay.
Cutie.
What else you got? Oh, did we pick a winner? I choose the goats so I don't get sued by
by war amps or a group that represents people with limb differences, which I think is totally fair. So then next up, we actually have a vote from the audience on, we're going to do an expansion card. So you can vote between which expansion you'd like to see Andy illustrate a prompt from. So you can vote for the D&D expansion. Actually, I'll do a quick screen share here and show the expansions so you can see kind of what we're working with. Give me one moment. Boop, boop, boop.
And this is when we dive right into the not safe for work theme. We won't even have a choice. The audience is voting.
The audience is voting. Okay, I am sharing my screen and I'm sharing my window, this one. Okay, so we've got the 3 expansions you can choose from. So, would you like to see Andy draw a prompt from Dungeons and Doofuses, our D&D-themed expansion? So, because the main game has become something that we wanted anyone to be able to play who has not played Dungeons and Dragons, we want you to be able to play this game with your mom, your dad, your kids, your grandma. We crammed all of the really heavy D&D references into one expansion, which has all of our nerdiest jokes. We've got the Not Safe for Work expansion, which is full of all of our, like, it's not all like full adult, but there's going to be like PG-13 and up kind of is going to be there. So a cleric whose holy symbol looks like a butthole was one of those ones that before we made the main deck, all ages was in there and is now moved. Also, we have another traversing frog quest because I just really love frogs. So we got the rainforest, traverse a rainforest full of frogs whose poison makes you instantly shit yourself. And then we have the Big Jobs expansion. Big Jobs expansion, these are jumbo tarot-sized cards with quests that require tag team pitches. This is also our format that allows for groups of 7 to 10 to play, where you have like a very short period of time to come up with a pitch with your partner, each of you picking a card from your hand before you pitch your tag team. So you're often constructing your pitch in real time with the person, trying to figure out what you mean to say together. And the playtests for that one were so much fun, a ridiculous amount of fun. You can also play with 1 to 6 people the old-fashioned way, and you'll pitch 2 characters from your hand. So those are the options. So can someone please conduct us a vote and count us down for D&D, Not Safe for Work, and Big Jobs?
So you can vote in 3, 2, 1, and go. And it should be noted that it's the Big Jobs expansion where you'll see that famous penguin card that we are adding more and more penguins to as we unlock stretch goals. So one of the things we try and do at the Story Engine is have a charitable initiative that we support when we run crowdfunding campaigns and even in our store as well. And prior to Sandcob, we were supporting Eden Reforestation to plant trees because, you know, as a game that creates things out of printed cards, we try and believe in sustainability and giving back. Penguins became our next one because we had an April Fool's deck called Oops All Penguins, which was just all penguins. And just as time went on, I actually knew of this charity already called Sandcob. They are based in South Africa. They rescue South African penguins and other endangered seabirds. And they have 3 tiers of doing that. So just a little bit about Sandcob. So you can have a chance to adopt penguins that are, you know, either they were injured or abandoned in the wild. They will rehabilitate them and release them back in the wild. They have penguins that you can adopt that actually end up being adopted into the sanctuary because they are either they have some sort of disability or injury that's going to prevent them from being able to have a full life or long life in the wild. So they actually stay at the sanctuary and then they end up becoming sort of like like beloved part of the family to use for like education. And for so like mostly for education and research purposes. And then there's also eggs, because obviously there's a lot of eggs that can get abandoned either because the parents get their lives taken or something, or they get abandoned per se. So they can bring the eggs in, they hatch them, and once they are of like a sustainable age, they will release them back into the wild. So we are adopting penguins as we unlock stretch goals for Dungeon Tryouts. I don't remember how many. We have dozens of penguins at this point. But one thing about the Big Jobs expansion card is that for all the penguins that you guys unlock, we're putting into the card itself. So it will get bigger and more unhinged as time goes on. So let's keep unlocking those stretch goals so that we can rescue more penguins, and you guys can have a card with so many penguins that we don't even know how we can possibly accomplish that quest.
Yeah, make it difficult. Also, I think Andy has gotten ahead of the stretch goals and only drawn 70 penguins. So if you want to keep Andy on his toes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna count. I think not safe for work won.
It did.
So
Not everybody here has a dirty mind. Not safe for work ran away with it.
Okay.
Like you can copy penguins, push some toward the back, and I'm like, no, every penguin is going to be unique with its implied storyline.
Yeah.
Truly.
Truly. There's no shortcuts taken. We spared no expense.
No expense, and we will name every single penguin too.
Actually, we probably will at some point do a vote to name some penguins. But for
30
now,
we have 30 penguins right now, just so everyone knows.
For now, let's do a vote on a not safe for work adventurer. Or do we want to do a quest? Andy, what do you feel like drawing? Adventurer or quest here?
Let's go with an adventurer.
Cool. All right. So then we are going to do a vote here for a goblin who loves taking shits in inappropriate places. The art notes for this are we got to give off a lot of weird little scamp energy, weird little scamp vibes. I was thinking because when you have a deck full of prompts that sexualize people and you're like a male comedy writer, you do a lot of like, is it inappropriate if this character is female? What am I like? I do think that the lady, I think it should be a lady goblin who loves taking shits in inappropriate places and has weird little scamp energy. Is where I'm going with that. A wizard whose wand has performance issues, big droopy wand, and then a fighter who only fights naked and greased up. And the art note for that is really goop them with grease. And then I think they'll either need a loincloth, fig leaf, or strategically placed shield or weapon.
You're telling me I took this job because you told me I would get to draw them naked.
Dungs galore. Andy, I lied to you.
Here's what I'll know. I got it figured out. So here's an example, right?
I feel like that this naked fighter is probably just naked Andy.
I just do a big box like that, and then that's my overlay, and then I draw underneath so that you can't see what I'm drawing, but I'm drawing it. Like I get to see it, but you don't.
Just for me, just for Andy, a little treat.
I had said it was. Well, I guess we should put. Well, wait. Is audience voting or audience is voting, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So let's go ahead and get that vote going. So you can vote for a goblin who loves taking shits in inappropriate places, a wizard whose wand has performance issues, or a fighter who only fights naked and greased up. And we can do that in 3, 2, 1, vote.
They're just gonna vote naked Andy.
The write-in candidate.
I know my audience.
I had said it would cost too much money to make, but I was like, man, if I could do like a special edition not safe for work, because right now the not safe for work edition I think has like a
little black bar,
like a black bar, and I was like, oh man, if we could only make the black bar like rip offable, like somehow like Velcro, or like you can actually disconnect it like a button, and then you pull it off, and underneath is like a happy face sticker. And then if for some reason you are one of those crazy people who would like actually try and lift the sticker off with a knife, and you lift the sticker off, then there'd be like a super pixelated like crotch area.
So I'm just trying to see if I can get us a better view where we're not always cut off in the corner. No, I think this is going to be it. Yeah, that would have been so good. That can be a stretch goal. That can be a very high stretch goal.
Penultimate stretch goal.
Yeah, it's going to add a lot of production costs, but it's such a good joke.
These are like the goals. This would be like Dungeon Tryouts, like version 4, maybe. And like 3 to 4 years from now, when we're in Toys R Us everywhere. Or at least this version.
We've got a lot of votes for fighter, and then of course for write-in candidate Naked Andy. I believe earlier.
I think fighter and Naked Andy is like.
Yeah.
I think they are one and the same.
Yeah.
No, they're different people. What are you talking about? Naked Andy's a lover.
The person who wrote in the candidate for Naked Andy is the person who Andy earlier joked was his mom. So just pointing that out.
Very much not the case.
You know, we fed this in so much that I feel like when we re-released like the custom stretch goal, someone's gonna pitch naked Andy.
I think I drew the gooped up fighter on the cover, though. Like, I think
Yeah.
that is the guy that I drew.
I think so, and the wizard.
So I think I unfortunately boxed myself. I could do an alternate version where it's my.
You can do an alternate version.
People, but
yeah, like you know how when like
wrestlers
dye their hair and stuff, or like you know what, like maybe this version he has like a pony, he has like a man bun because I think his hair was like longish.
What's funny is like I did the not safe for work cover knowing that he was going to put the black box on it. But that's not what I put in my version. What I sent to you, which we're going to share here now with the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a reveal.
Here we go. This is what I drew.
Love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Oh yeah, his hair's hundo p long enough to go in like a dramatic man bun.
Yeah.
Like a warrior man bun. Super pretentious warrior man bun.
So let me just get like a little side by side. Can I do that? There we go.
It looks like the captain is having like penis envy looking over.
It's actually just leg envy.
Me too, Cap. Me too, Cap.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like that warrior has 2 working legs. Of course, the captain is jealous.
He's got 3 working legs. If you know.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
I don't know. That smiley face is pretty small.
Hold on. Let me just pop over here, and we'll just. Here we go.
I didn't remember how tan he was.
There you go. I feel like we're really pushing the boundaries of this safe for work stream with that one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
As long as there's
Just making a judgment call to go ahead and throw a barrier on that one. And now proceed to draw it without the barrier. Fully naked.
Yeah. No, we started off with a safe for work stream, but we gave the chat a vote, and that was the first mistake.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like, did we create Dungeon Tryouts because all 3 of us just have gremlins that we can never unleash because Story Engine inherently is pretty neutral ground, and this just allows us to just be our most unhinged version of ourselves.
Like I'm doing some like kind of like more spotlight on some of the expansions, and it's like, well, why do we make the not safe for work expansion? And it's really because we started writing these cards and we had too many inappropriate ideas, and they had to go somewhere. It's like you can't make fun of it. It's just very hard to make fun of D&D and not occasionally go not safe for work.
So, are we going to be relying on the censor bar for this card, or should I position him strategically so that it is like just like a leg up, covering everything?
I think the leg up works. I also think like a little wrestling banana hammock type thing, or a fig leaf or something can do as well.
Or like a really dramatic sword. Oh, here comes the request.
What about we give him a buckle and make a not safe for work for Story Engine?
Yeah, I have the title for it if we do it. Not safe for work in progress. NSFWIP.
Well, we do have 3 expansions that we are launching coming up. If Eric, you want to shout that out for our Story Engine friends?
The reason I think you thought of that is that one of these expansions is the romance expansion.
Hubba.
Very, very long awaited, often requested, and finally in development.
Yeah.
The other 2 are a character questions expansion, but it's kind of like a whole deck of kind of prompts to help you go deeper with the character. And then what was the Best Friends and Bitter Rivals? That was what it was called. It's a relationship focused expansion and kind of exploring the dynamics between two characters.
So I guess human relationship sort of is the overarching theme of the next
dedicated enemies to lovers expansion.
Yeah, you can combine them.
Yeah, you could definitely. We've got enemies to lovers covered. There'll be a few ways you can dive into that one, and yeah, actually, so whenever we release an expansion block, we give it a name just so that it's got something on the website if people want to buy all the expansions since the last one. So We did starter for the first set, and then the second set, we didn't want to just name them like the next ones. So we ended up calling them the Curio expansions because they were like, it included the interesting items, the like strange backstories, the mysteries. So Curio was like the perfect thing that wrapped all those together. And I think the working title right now for the next expansion block is possibly the Heart expansion block. Because I think it really ties into like the heart of the character, the heart of the relationship between characters, and then the heart and romance. But that's the working title right now. That's the working back of house title.
Yeah.
If you have suggestions, let us know.
Yeah. And speaking of suggestions, so since we did a pitching a character and pitching a quest, should we go the opposite way and do a quest and pitching characters?
Yeah. Why don't we then do the landmine quest that we just had drawn?
Okay.
We'll pitch some characters for that.
And I think, and also like chat, I know Andy's kind of our king interviewer, and I think he might have the final executive decision on which adventurer is going to get the quest. However, if you guys have ways to cross-examine us as well, we always welcome questions from you.
Yes.
So Eric, what did you think before?
No, it's okay. Go for it.
Eric, what did you think before about Not Safe for Work? Like, did you just lack the intellectual curiosity to follow up, and you were just like, it means porn, and just like didn't think about it? He's saying he didn't know what Not Safe for Work meant.
Oh, okay.
This is somebody else. Okay, no,
this is not me. I was like,
no. Okay, sorry about that.
The answer is just yes.
Didn't care enough.
You know, sometimes it's good to save yourself from Google.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes like there's words that or like nerd words or slang or something. I'm not sure what it is, but in the context of where it often shows up, I feel like if I put it in Google, I might be setting up my like search results for something horrific, and I just don't bother. Save myself. I gotta protect myself these days. Okay, so wait. It is we have the diffuse bombs in a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, the exact phrasing was diffuse a gelatinous ooze full of landmines.
Diffuse gelatinous cube full of landmines. Oh.
That's true. I got a little bit too big for my britches here, going after people in the chat.
Back down.
Hi, Amy. These are all just people I know.
Just people you know.
Yeah, like
They're
everybody who's pledged to the campaign so far.
They're important people you know. They're people who love you, and hopefully they like us now.
It's true.
Diffuse them.
I have the funny answer that is definitely going to lose.
But you get that sweet kudos.
I think I figured it out.
I have a question for you, Andy, about the quest here. Since you are the person who decides what the details of the quests are, if there's anything not written on the card, the quest giver provides those details if asked questions. Is the gelatinous ooze in the audition room right now, ready to go, or we need to like go to a secondary location to go diffuse the gelatinous ooze?
I'm gonna say a secondary location. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna scratch that one.
All right. I went first last time, so someone else has to go first.
Oh,
Rachel, not actually my mom.
Fun fact.
Not
fact.
actually my mom.
All right, someone else go first. I already picked, but someone else go first.
I'm still choosing Eric.
Oh.
Why don't you go?
I am going to go with a juice mascot who can only enter buildings by crashing through walls.
I shit you not. That's one of the two I'm looking at right now. Okay, I won't play that. That was going to be my kudos play.
The pitch that I'm going for is basically this. Gelatinous ooze is basically Jell-O. Kool-Aid is basically one step removed from Jell-O. This particular mascot is very well versed in the material. We can basically liquefy the ooze, safely strain out the landmines, and then reconstitute the ooze in the freezer for a little bit. We're good to go. That's the pitch.
I just want to make very clear to the Kraft Heinz Corporation that we did not, in fact, say that this was a Kool-Aid mascot. This is a generic juice mascot who can only enter buildings by crashing through walls.
We have not confirmed or denied that the juice is contained in a glass jar or possibly a juice box.
Well, I mean, like basically, like you put the ooze like in a little pot, heat the pot, liquefy the ooze, strain out the just get a big colander, strain out the landmines, go diffuse those, then put the ooze back in the freezer for a bit.
And at no point in this process is your juice mascot, who again can only enter buildings by smashing through the walls, going to do something that would trigger a very sensitive explosive device that is triggered by small vibrations and pressure.
I mean, unless once we're in the room, it's only crashing through walls that's a problem. Once we're in the room, if everything's there, I can like cook just fine. I'm not like crashing through the stove. I'm not crashing through the fridge. It's only walls. So as long as if we can get the ooze to a kitchen after I'm there, or even in fact, I could just bring it with me, like bring some cooking utensils, a little campfire.
A lot of ifs there. A lot of ifs there.
It's only walls that you prepare when you're going on a quest. If you know what the quest is, you need to have a plan. I'm not going to.
It is important. Here. Prep time was one of the questions. Like, is it ready to go?
It is. The only problem is the walls. As long as I don't have to crash through the wall, there's no unnecessary disturbance.
So you're working like a Batman v Superman angle here, where like you win if you get prep time.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
a lot of prep.
But I've got a very concrete and very clear strategy for accomplishing this. I'm very familiar with this material.
Yeah, but speaking of concrete, you're smashing through the goddamn walls next to a creature that is full of easily triggered explosive devices.
If there's one thing that I know about ooze, is that it basically takes no physical damage ever. You could probably be at a literal earthquake and that's not going off. It just like cancels all vibrations. That's what it does.
You're like arguing against the necessity of the quest here now.
I mean, truthfully, this
like
is for
maybe
I thought
like
we were the ooze's own health. Also, we're not the ones who assigned the quest. For whatever reason, like I don't know why the ooze wants it out. We just know that it does.
Well, I would like to put myself forward. Hi, I'm the zombie who's held together by stitches and the fear of failure. I really need this. But not only that, I can do this. I can do this. And if something goes wrong, the good news is that all of my limbs are fully detachable. I would just ask, and I'm not. Do you guys have healthcare? Is healthcare part of the gig? Is that a
no?
Okay. Well, then that's fine. I just need somebody to scoop all my bits into a bucket together, and just drop. There's a tailor who stitches me back up when things go wrong. If you could just I'll give you an address to drop them off at if things go wrong. But they won't, because I need this. I'm going to do a great job. And I will just painstakingly diffuse all of the landmines. And worst case scenario, I'll have one of my arms acting independent of the rest of my body from the other side of the room while I do the really sensitive operations. That's the thing I can do.
So I'll be honest, I missed what your card was, so I had to like figure out what the hell was happening while you were saying all of that.
So
Can you tell me again? Okay.
A zombie held together by
okay.
stitches in the fear of failure.
Gotcha.
Just to reiterate, I do need this.
Okay, yeah. It's like, if it's a factor, like whether this will ruin your life or not.
Well, again, life already pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But the good news is that you hit rock bottom, you bounce right back up. This landmine goes off, like I say, just again, all the limbs in a bucket. I would really appreciate if you could find the teeth. Sometimes they scatter, but I'm trying to keep as many teeth as I can. So just all in a bucket, drop it off at the tailor's address, which again I will provide. But I can do this. I can do this.
You know, sir, this sounds like a job that's going to require a lot of maintenance and taking care of you after the quest is over, which I think is not the nature of the quest. I think the nature of the quest is to bring someone who's so that our quest giver here could be fully hands off and just sit back and enjoy themselves. Now you're asking for cleaners. You're asking for someone to drop you off at the tailor. Like, this is a lot of work.
A lot of
here.
accommodations.
A lot of accommodations.
Okay. I will call my own TaskRabbit and my own Uber drop. If that's what it takes. Like
I would be more concerned about like how's your finger dexterity these days?
Very again, I can the arm can crawl independent of the rest of the body, so I can be on one side of the room with the arm doing the work on the other side of the room, just in case. So I could set them all off individually, which again, technically defusing them.
How good is your remote control skills?
It kind of acts like an octopus limb. It's probably the best. There's like 20% of the neurons are there or something. But yeah, it'll figure itself out. Especially if we're doing the diffuse via detonation, easy peasy. It'll just kind of flail around until we get it all.
Well, I'm gonna take a moment and step in here, Sir Andy, if I may, and present to you my fraternal brother, who is a botched clone of an otherwise great hero, made in my image, of course, which is quite spectacular. Now, you would wonder, why would I send my fraternal brother in to defuse the bomb and not myself, a hero who is clearly meant to fit quest? Well, first of all, the quest that I'm sent on pays substantially more, so I'm just booked up for the next 6 months. But the other reason is that as a hero, we're known to charge in with grandeur. We're known to just be, full of brawn and bravery and grease. Looking at this beautiful piece of artwork that you're drawing here, that's usually more my vibe. My brother, on the other hand, is not skilled in any of those things. He's not muscular. He is not, fearless. He is more of what you say, like a nerd. I don't know if you ever watched The Bad Batch, but if you know anything about botched clones, they're usually sent in to do like the things that no one else is willing to do and do them really well. And my brother has basically learned to adapt and build up a lot of skills that I never have. Like, I'm a really great fighter, but he's good at building the best tech, and he's really good at spending time in books. So if it's anyone who's going to do the meticulous work of diffusing bombs, and not just bombs, but bombs in an environment where the visibility is limited, where dexterity is really good, where you need a lot of little tools, my clone brother is the one up for the job.
If I may, I've had to stitch my own arm back onto myself 100 times without my head attached. So you're looking for someone who low visibility, high detail work under pressure, who's able to do that. Definitively, that's a thing in my wheelhouse. So
I hate to say it, zombie guy, but those stitches are not the finest work I've seen in a long time.
They're literally half of what's holding me together.
My blind grandmother could do better stitching than that. In fact, I should give you her card so that you could sewing machine you back together, because
holy shit, this is my tailor. Your grandma's my tailor.
But it's like you say that those stitches are the only thing holding you together, but maybe that's why you're still falling apart.
No, that's because the other half is the fear of failure. Which turns out not a sustainable long-term motivator.
So you're saying that the fear is well founded, that you actually have failed?
Yeah, multiple times. That's why I have to keep stitching the limbs back on. But again, we're talking. I think our mutual pitch here is also the value of resilience. Had to figure it out the hard way.
Yeah, it does sound like part of the clone pitch. It does sound like part of the clone pitch is that you are, to be clear, okay if the clone dies.
He's my brother. How dare you?
Okay, all right. I was just checking.
I expect him to survive. I expect him to survive, which is why I am bringing him to this job. He has been discriminated against his entire life because he is not as spectacular as I look and does not get the jobs that I get. However, remember, he is the clone of an otherwise great hero, so he is designed off of me. And is there anything more heroic than willing to put your life at risk to defuse this bomb for you? Many bombs, may I add. Ruffled bombs.
The ruffle bombs. Good point.
See? My brother has even noted that. He's noted that these are ruffle bombs with one landmine. He's already spotted all those instances, and he hasn't even walked into the room yet.
Okay, but let's see like how good of a clone is this? Because if we're talking like Wilsons and you're the Owen, is this like a Luke Wilson or is this like one of the other Wilsons?
There are other Wilsons.
I think there are like 5 Wilsons.
They're like Baldwins.
I probably should have used Baldwins.
I know there's a 4th Jonas brother who's just a guy.
Guards.
Scars.
Oh yeah, Hemsworth.
I will fully admit in this moment that I actually do not know anything of the Wilsons, but
Okay.
I do know the Bad Batch, and I'm going to refer to the Bad Batch again because I think my brother is Tech.
It's like the secret, like, secondary prompt is that this person is really into the Bad Batch. Like, every argument, and they're like, again, I feel like you're not hearing my argument because you haven't watched the Bad Batch. You'd know what I meant if you had watched it, which was great. I have it here. Like, reeling one of those little TV cards. Okay, now just watch this scene.
Yeah, so it's the now extended prompt is the botched clone of an otherwise great hero who keeps trying to get you to watch the Bad Batch.
Maybe I am the Bad Batch.
So it's like a hipster who keeps referencing things you haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other sibs. Okay, think about it this way. Why is their last name failing me? Owen sisters. Since we're talking about Owen. Olsen.
Okay.
Olsen.
But they're just aren't they just identical? Oh, is there another Olsen?
There's Scarlet Witch.
There's Scarlet Witch.
Oh, right.
The most famous one now.
Yeah.
The only still relevant Wilson.
So if you think about it, so the Olsen sisters, when they were all children, everyone revered them as the hero. They were the child stars. And now we have Scarlet Witch, the Olsen sister that no one remembered until now. That's my brother.
Okay, so you're asking me to get in on the ground floor of Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay. Are you saying that Elizabeth Olsen qualifies as a botched clone? 'Cause I don't think that's the case. I think
Are you saying she doesn't?
Yeah. I'm definitively saying that she is not a botched clone.
The word botched can mean many things, okay?
Yeah.
Right? I think a lot of you are stereotyping the term botched as being like, I don't know, lesser than or disfigured or unqualified for certain things. And like maybe in the realms of the Captain America standard, because my brother did not end up in this spectacular muscular specimen as me, that somehow he's botched. But that's what because they were trying to create a super.
Peter, are you also Googling the definition of botched?
Literally carried out badly. Carried out badly or carelessly. Unsuccessfully because of being poorly done.
Just because the action was carried out badly doesn't mean the result is necessarily bad.
That definitively, yes.
Okay.
You're the person who would have wanted to kill Frankenstein's monster after he came to life and would show no compassion towards it.
No. I would just want to define Frankenstein's monster as a monster, if that was the word we were using. I would just want to make sure we had our definitions right. That's what I'm for. I'm the guy running at him with a dictionary.
I feel like no one cares about your adventure anymore.
I mean, I feel like the longer this goes, the better I get in the standings.
Yeah, that's true. If we just keep tearing each other down, the standing tall at the end is the juice mascot.
I had a very concrete plan that I can execute myself.
Like smashing through it.
I'm not smashing through the problem. I'm smashing through the wall to get to the problem.
That's what my therapist says.
Nice. Alrighty. Andy, do you have a winner here? Do you want to throw it to the chat? How do you want to decide?
I think I'm having trouble deciding. I want to hear if the chat has any feedback. If they want to weigh in on this.
I think the chat has weighed in that the Kool-Aid Man is bad at planning.
I had an argument to that one in that
and may accidentally smash a load-bearing
you say the Kool-Aid Man is bad at planning, but he always knows exactly what room he's needed in those commercials. That man has an intelligence network, is all I'm saying.
We don't know. We don't know for sure, though.
Maybe
like we don't know
every wall.
would we have heard about it if he showed up at places that he wasn't supposed to be?
Exactly.
Actually, wasn't there a Family Guy joke about that where they were all in the courtroom and everyone went, "Oh no," and then he smashed and said,
That was Family Guy. That's
and then
a
had to
parody.
awkwardly back out.
That's a parody. Like this is the real thing right here.
I think we got to vote for Zombie.
We got a vote for Zombie. We didn't do
Okay,
it.
one vote for Zombie.
No, I don't know they were voting. We were asking for.
Yeah, we were asking for feedback.
I think Rachel here is just telling Andy that he should vote for Zombie. And Rachel, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Rachel, you're correct, and I'm sorry for calling you Andy's mom when you're not.
I think I'm the one who should be apologizing for that.
Outing everyone.
Alrighty. Well, Andy, we can put it to a chat vote, or you can make a call. It is up to you.
Okay. I'm gonna say secret fourth option, the fairy who enlarges themselves to 24 feet tall from the chat. No, I think if I have to go from the options presented to me, I'm gonna give it to the Kool-Aid Man. I think in terms of professional decorum, he showed up, he made his pitch, he stepped back, and he was a consummate professional the whole time. And I believe he can get the job done.
It's like that's how you do a job interview, everybody.
Yeah.
He did prove that he knows how not to barge in, which is ironic in some ways. All right.
This is another one of those LinkedIn white collar jobs.
Yeah, this workplace can't handle me.
Yeah.
I didn't want your job.
I'm going to disrupt the marketplace.
Can we get security in here?
Yeah, the zombie who's held together by the fear of failure is now literally falling apart as flop sweat starts to come out and loosen the stitches.
It's like when sweat gets into like the little like seams, it's just like, oh no, that really loosens that right up.
No, yeah.
Should have used a stronger thread.
All right. Well, why don't we do one more round, or let's give Andy a few seconds to finish this one up. We'll do one more drawing, one more round, I think.
Hooray!
Hooray! And
what day of the week is today? Tuesday? Okay.
We are less than $4,000 away from unlocking our $100,000 pledge, which would unlock the guest art card by
the Awkward Yeti.
The Awkward Yeti Heart and Brain comics. And I like this because I definitely read a lot of Heart and Brain comics because that is literally the personification of my life all the time.
My favorite thing about this is that you got like a lot of people who are just people that I think are like my friends from conventions.
Yeah.
It was very nice to see them working on it.
Yeah, it's a really, really lovely bunch. A lot of folks on the project are folks that I met at the same weekend. I met Andy at that really wonderful, magical Boston Comic-Con webcomic get-together. But speaking of magical webcomic get-togethers, and speaking of the Awkward Yeti, I'll just mention Nick organizes something called Webcomic-Con, where he kind of brings together a bunch of really fun webcomic artists for a weekend in Michigan.
It's in September, right?
Yeah, it's the September 13th and 14th. Just shout out to Webcomic-Con. It's like really accessible and friendly to the public. Lots of great guests. If you like webcomic artists, you can find the Awkward Yeti on about all the socials. And Nick, I believe, has just announced the lineup and the dates for that. So check out Webcomic-Con from our friend.
I really need to go to that. I just haven't. I've missed it the last 2 years, and I really desperately want to go.
It was always the same weekend as Gen Con, so I stopped. I'm not going to be able to get to go. And then I didn't realize until later this year that this year it's not the same weekend as Gen Con.
I will see you there then.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about going, but I'm feeling pretty traveled out. There's been a lot of travel this year. We'll see.
I didn't realize it was in Michigan, which puts it a lot closer to me. Still a little bit of a drive, but puts it semi-close to me. However, I'm trying to think about that week. No, I guess it would be the weekend before I go and possibly go see a rocket launch. But, yeah. But similarly...
a little road trip?
Yeah. Similarly, I'm a little traveled out, but at the same time, I'm really bad at saying no to things. Rachel's asked if you're going. I get the sense that you are going, Andy.
I I have made absolutely no plans to go. It would just be really nice to see everybody again, because that's a great group of people.
Yeah.
And if it works out that I can go, then yes, I would love to. I'm certainly not like a featured guest or anything.
I think Andy. I think it would be fun to party crash.
Yeah.
To party crash Webcomic-Con. Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Well, now we know, Peter. Maybe we'll make it a 2026 goal or 2027. I feel like it would be actually. I feel like it would be the perfect convention to go to when Dungeon Tryouts like is fully printed and comes to market, because then we'll probably art there.
That's true.
It's also like weirdly close to Cartoon Crossroads Columbus, which I think is like a big cartooning convention.
Oh, interesting.
Which is like that happens. Like I don't think it's a huge convention, but it is specifically a cartoonist convention for cartoonists.
Yeah.
Like for other cartoonists to like go and meet cartoonists.
Oh yeah, it's the weekend after.
Yeah. So they might be missing some people from each one who would had to choose which one to go to, you know?
Yeah.
Before I forget, when you were considering picking the Juice mascot, Peter, what was going to be your pitch?
Oh, he smashes into the room and immediately detonates everything, and everything explodes. And
so you were really leading into the chaos of it.
Oh yeah.
So is his contention that he would survive that, or is he like fully suicidal?
Yeah, my point is, you asked for diffuse. You didn't say without it exploding. Technically, the fuse will be deactivated after everything explodes. I'll get it done faster than anyone else.
I feel like I don't care if I die. In fact, I plan to. It's like a pretty strong addition to any pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, we could arguably say that the Juice mascot is made out of extremely powerful bulletproof glass to have smashed through concrete as many times.
It is a very durable glass.
Yeah, I guess, bulletproof, and then 10 landmines detonating at the same time proof.
It's a time, maybe they're also an adrenaline seeker, and it's like, man, I've smashed through so many walls at this point, and I still don't get a ding, and like I throw myself down cliffs. I just need to get my kicks somehow.
There actually was an enemy type in Elden Ring that was basically like a big pot of like soup that would attack you and deal a ton of damage, and was very difficult to crack.
Nice.
Now the question is that where does the sentience lie, in the container or in the juice?
Oh, this is a real Frosty the Snowman question too, because
I've literally heard this debate. I can't remember where, but somebody talking about whether he is the jar or the liquid within. Like,
that's really interesting.
And then like the Kool-Aid is his blood if he's the jar. It's like, yeah, it gets a little creepy. But I would argue that he's the whole combined entity, no more than like I am. It would be like arguing, am I my skin or am I my blood? You know?
Yeah.
The body of the being.
I know there was a rather lengthy debate during one of our playtests around is the skeleton alive or dead, and can a necromancer control it if it's inside a human body?
So my pitch for something, it was a necromancer who's forgotten how to act normal around the living was my character. I can't remember what the quest was. I think it was like a defeat quest. I think it was defeat a T-Rex with tiny arms but telekinesis, something like that. And my pitch was, we know from going to museums that dinosaurs have bones inside them. Can necromancers animate bones? Yes or no? I got the answer yes. Then I can animate the bones inside this dinosaur to do what I need it to do, and then I can defeat it. So I will like just crush it or make it attack itself, whatever. And someone kept telling me, no, necromancers can only animate dead bones. And I'm like, that's not what my question was, and I already got a yes. And it turned into a real sticking point with pretty much anyone that I talked to with this position. No one agreed that I should be allowed to animate skeletons inside a living body.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like D&D rules, this is like totally off topic, but like my question is always like, does that clearly violate the intention of the mechanic? Like, clearly it would.
Listen, I was playing a necromancer who doesn't know how to hang out around the living. I do a lot of violating. Let's just put it that way.
I feel like if it was possible that we would that it would have been already a very normalized trope in a lot of fiction and a lot of campaigns, of which then it would become this conundrum that everyone would need to deal with. But clearly, this was I think if necromancers could do this, and given that there has been a reasonable amount of evil necromancers in our life, that they would have already leveraged this many, many times over if it actually was something you could do easily.
The necromancers do it in the Locked Tomb series, and I will cite numerous memes that I have seen with a joke version of this going around.
I think it has to be like I'm sure it happens in different media, but I think it's like a power creep, power scaling situation.
I agree that it is that.
Where like if you let that cat out of the bag, then it becomes incredibly difficult to manage. Like Magneto being able to like just kill anyone by pulling the iron out of their blood.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, now he's too powerful. Now his power is not interesting. He just can kill anybody anytime. You know?
Yeah. Canon in the movies.
But they injected him with extra iron.
They injected him with literally like a canister of iron.
Perfect. I'll inject the dinosaur with extra bones.
Yeah. Bone juice. Make sure you milk.
Yeah. It's like, here's the actual argument. It should be like, well, the dinosaur ate something, and the bones of what it ate are now in its stomach, and those are super dead.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you, Eric. That's my backup plan.
So wait, is our hero greased up?
He is indeed.
He is. You see that grease on the floor there?
See, I almost mistake that as the... Oh, okay, I can see the grease. Okay.
Real greasy. Let me just zoom in more. You see how greasy he is?
And the belly button. Again, zoom in on the belly button.
Is there a way to like show like, I don't know, like shininess too? Like that real shiny sheen?
Make him real shiny? I can do that. I was just trying to limit the amount of time he was on screen. Like for everybody, but like, yeah, we can add a little bit more shine here.
Give the people what they want.
It's the exclusive, not safe for work one. We gotta make them shiny.
Like, if it were up to me, I would be drawing nothing but naked people on this stream. I'm trying to be cognizant of what the people want.
I mean, the ooze was naked, technically.
True. And I did find a way to make the shark and the captain, like, you know, some sexual tension. Life finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Is that shiny enough for you? You feel satisfied?
One can never be shiny enough.
And if you could just...
I need sunglasses. Bring the shark back.
Rachel's made a very good point counteracting your animating the bones thing.
So, yes, my point is not that I'm animating the fossil. My point is that we know from fossils that dinosaurs had bones because we can see a very detailed reconstruction of where they are, which is going to make it easier for my necromancer to visualize what he's doing inside the body of a T-Rex, where he would not be able to do that inside the body of something that he has not seen the bone fossils of.
I suppose that the counterpoint is that the more we learn, the realize that we got all of everything we knew about the T-Rex was wrong for so many decades.
There's been a lot of poorly reconstructed fossils by Victorian paleontologists whose credentials were, I'm white and have money.
I mean, if we really look at the history of taxidermy, we really should have known better about dinosaurs. We should have started questioning that sooner, the moment we realized we were also very bad at taxidermy.
Indeed.
All right.
Well, let's go ahead and do one more bit of art here. So I think we'll do the D&D expansion just because big jobs will be, it's like takes longer to draw those. So let's go ahead and do a D&D expansion card. Do you want to do a quest or an adventure, Andy? Your pick.
I just did an adventurer, so I guess let's do a quest.
Oh, actually, I really like these.
Never mind then. Let me do an adventurer. Just like I planned from the start.
Okay, cool. So we have a wizard who includes research citations in their spell's verbal components. My suggestion for the drawing is they're holding a scroll that's like unfurled and it's like ridiculously long and it will actually extend outside the border of the card. My favorite, who appears in the box art, a kobold on a skateboard. I think it's one of the shortest prompts we have in the game.
Yeah, just like I love drawing anything 90s cool.
Yeah.
Like the kobold's name is canonically Pizza Time.
Oh yes, yeah, perfect. We love it. And then last one, a bard from the College of Hot Goss. So I'm thinking like a Mean Girls bard, basically.
Mm-hmm. Going like one of these,
yeah, maybe holding like a burn book or something. Yeah, chat, you can go ahead and vote on a bard from the College of Hot Goss, a wizard who includes research citations in their spells' verbal components, or a kobold on a skateboard. And Moroki, why don't you count us down?
I was gonna have Andy count us down for this last one.
All right, Andy.
Take us home.
3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
It reminds me of the way Guy Fieri does it in Guy's Grocery Games, where he like counts really slowly or like has like super tricky ways of like making people.
So he'll be like, "Okay, we're gonna count down and get that going right after this commercial break."
I feel like Kobold got it.
Kobold did get there. Somebody just voted for pizza time.
There's a nice split here, though. Like, I feel like this one was a little bit more hotly contested than some of them.
You know, there's
pizza time.
So, like my job, my second job, because I always needed one, is that I'm a wine writer, and I do this by moonlight, and I have a blog, and I have a podcast, and we actually interviewed a pizza historian once. And he basically...
I didn't know there was a job, Moroki. I quit. I'm gone. Sorry. I made my dream job. I told myself, like, as long as it's the job I'd want most in the world, I'm going to stay. I just found out about pizza historian. I'm sorry, I can't. Shit. Sorry, I interrupted. Please, go on.
I mean, that's his job. Like, he just spent many, many years studying about the history of pizza in many locations. And it's very fascinating because you basically learn a lot of, like the political, social, economical states of human beings based on, like, where pizza joints open, the type of pizzas they made, and how pizza traveled, and the styles of pizza that were made. Very fascinating.
Is it because pizza joints is the term that my doctor uses for what's happening to my body because of the amount of pizza I eat?
Yeah, I got pizza joints too.
So, yeah. There's a pizza historian, so pizza time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Moroki, I don't care how, but let's get him on a live stream. I don't care how or why.
I think it'd be down to Cloud. I still have his contact.
It'd be like how you could world build with only pizza.
I think he published a book like a year and a half ago too, so he probably would want to be promoting that somehow.
I am a proponent of the flatbread Earth hypothesis.
Yeah, actually, if you decide to road trip back, so like we'll be driving to Gen Con from Toronto, and we have to cross through Windsor, Detroit. Windsor pizza is actually very famous. It's very specific style of pizza, in the way they famously slice up all their pepperoni
and like peppers and everything. It's like very
it's like super super diced, and then they put like cornmeal in their dough. They use a specific kind of canned mushroom, but it's kind of like very signature to Windsor style pizza. And last year, for the first time when we were passing through Windsor, we were like, we're gonna eat some Windsor pizza. So you can join us on a Windsor pizza adventure.
I would go back this. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Now, Windsor style is the kind that like Queen Elizabeth used to eat, right?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Like exclusively Windsor.
The House of Windsor.
A different Windsor.
Yeah, that's the fancy Windsor.
I think it actually is like a creation of Windsor, Ontario.
No, you mean Windsor, Ontario is a creation of Windsor.
The pizza.
Oh, yes. Yes, sorry. I was like, Windsor in England is definitely not based off of Windsor, Ontario.
The pizza is, I think, bizarrely, actually, I think they came up with Windsor, Ontario.
Yes. In Windsor, Ontario. It's not fancy castle Windsor.
The logic for everything being diced super fine is that basically when you bite it, you always get like a nice amount of topping in it. And you don't get that situation where you bite the pepperoni or like the pepper and then it comes off and then you have nothing for the next bite.
Right.
And it actually works.
I like the idea that the person who invented Windsor pizza was someone who like just never developed the ability to process disappointment. So they were like, one time they like the way the toppings shook out and the way they bit, like there was no toppings left on the back half of the pizza, and they're like, never again.
Yeah.
There's got
Never
to
again.
be a better way.
That's
Yeah.
what makes them an innovator, though. It's
Yeah.
like
It's actually fascinating because they actually, like, Windsor Pizza famously uses canned mushrooms as opposed to the fresh mushrooms that really dry up on the pizza. So if you are ordering pizza in Windsor, you have to you have to tell them that you want the canned mushrooms, because I guess they've
You
had
got to
like
be ready for
yeah,
a wet mushroom.
you have to be ready for the moist experience.
A very brief aside. One of the guests on our Free RPG Day live stream was poet, writer, and best man at my wedding, my friend James Stevenson, who I saw recently when I was just doing a little trip to the West Coast for my wife's family reunion, and we were hanging out and playing Magic the Gathering, and he ended up we drafted, and he ended up playing a frog deck from Bloomborough, so all the creatures in his deck were frogs, and every single time he either played a creature or attacked, he would say, "Okay, coming in wet." And now that's like in my head as like a catchphrase that exists for only two people.
that sounds so inappropriate.
It was good.
Contexted in a
Yeah.
very adorable way when it's a frog, and very not I guess adorable in a different way in you know, if,
Any other situation.
if
Yeah.
let's say our lovely fighter
Grease
screamed
fighter.
coming in wet.
Yeah.
So I
Well-
go to chess nights, and there's a guy there who's just like, it's like a cool older guy that's just kind of got like a cool vibe. And every time he puts you in check, he says, like every single time, he just says real smooth, "It's checking time." Like every time, the full phrase.
I
And he
love
kicked
when
my ass like the first 4 times I played him, and I'm like, I'm losing to this.
I'm losing to its checking time.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
Shout out to Tobias. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you show up to the chess night.
Actually, one thing I was gonna say for Dungeon Tryouts, I didn't actually is that we actually got a little bit of news coverage this time for Dungeon Tryouts that we typically in the past we've never really done that sort of push with the story engine, and Peter did his very first television appearance.
I did.
And
Yay!
really, really great interview. And actually, like, he was super, like, I remember watching it afterwards, like, very concise, very eloquent, very professional. It's almost like sometimes we don't create zany games and we can, like, talk about what we do. But the thumbnail that the TV station decided to use for him, now that I think about it, Peter, it's almost like fitting, because it fits, like, Dungeon Tryouts and, like, especially the story you decide to tell.
Yeah. It's got. Yeah, just go ahead.
No.
It's got real that guy from the History Channel talking about aliens energy. Let me see if I can find the. I'm sure I saved the image somewhere.
I mean, it's your Facebook profile picture now, isn't it?
No, I just changed it to my new broadsword.
Okay. Well, we can see where your priorities are at.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's been dreaming about that broadsword for ages, so, aliens is only secondary to swords. What's more important, aliens or swords? You can vote.
Okay, here we go. This was the aliens was not in the original screen grab. I did add that, but this is the actual, like, thumbnail they chose for the video on the CHCH Hamilton website, which is, I think, both hilarious and a little uncharitable. But I thought it was very funny because it looks like I'm about to, like, talk about something that happened in my backyard at 3 a.m. When I saw lights. But the other thing is, I went through, and so the original History Channel meme, the guy looks a little bit more like he's doing, like, this pose and saying aliens and friendly, and I found it actually even more aliens pose from the interview.
Of course, you had to go and, like, just really, really match yourself up to this guy.
Well, once I saw it, I couldn't stop. I couldn't unsee it.
But I had to, like, double check to make sure that I really saw what I think I saw.
Yeah. So this one I think is even more like the like the meme.
It's not enough eye contact with the camera, though. Like, that guy, like, the guy in the original meme is really, like, eyes up, like...
Yeah, that one's good. I like that. That pose with the eyes from the first one.
Photoshop the eyes,
See, this one makes me think that you're judging a dish on, like, the Food Network.
See, they told me not to. How do I actually don't know how to get rid of this. Hold on. Like we can put Andy's thing back on. They told me not to look at the camera, so I didn't. So there's no moment where I'm making eye contact with the camera. The other thing I'm going to quickly pop up on screen, just while we're doing a little art stream here. Zach Schuster, who did the storyboarding for the Kickstarter launch video, and who just done a ton of the graphic design on the project, came up with the card border, lots of beautiful assets were done by him, is also one of the guest artists, and he actually just during the stream sent me the inks for his guest illustration, which is for... Actually, let me make sure I read it.
No. I heard our Discord pinging away, and I thought it was that, but...
No, I think he sent it to me as a DM.
Got it.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
And while Peter's looking for that, the reason I was in one of the we actually just got covered in Wargamer, which I believe is I want to say they're from the UK, but maybe they aren't. They are from the UK, so a UK game site to kind of gave us a shout out to Dungeon Tryouts today. So thank you, Molly, who's Molly Russell, Wargamer's resident D&D guide specialist. So thank you for sharing the love for Dungeon Tryouts. Really great to see just some people, being interested in the campaign and sharing the love. And for anyone who's pledging and joining us and you want to see Andy's work distributed more far and wide and are interested in the game, please, if you don't mind, if it's something you care about and you like the game, please share our campaign to your socials. Word of mouth is definitely our most powerful way of outreach. So it would mean so much if you can kind of just give a little bit of social love.
And if you don't, I don't want to see your face in my next stream. Don't even bother showing up.
Throwing gauntlets.
We actually.
Andy's a tiger parent.
One of the other videos that Peter did is for the unicorn who loves breaking kneecaps, and he actually came to me and he asked, "Do you think it's appropriate if I threaten our audience if they don't pledge?"
I said if I imply that the unicorn who loves breaking kneecaps is going to come pay them a visit if they don't pledge, and Eric said yes, that was probably considered a threat, and I probably shouldn't do that. So then instead he threatened the interviewer with if he doesn't get the quest, he's going to do that.
And then Peter, then when I said that we should probably not have the implied threat of the unicorn, his immediate thought was what he said was Maroki would have let me threaten the audience.
For pledges, yeah. Not for anything less though.
Bad time for me to say that we lost a pledge, so we're actually frightened.
Someone call the unicorn. We have a job for him.
I didn't know you were allowed to unpledge.
Yeah,
there are rules. You can't be the pledge that, if somebody's funded and you unpledge, you can't be the one that pushes a thing back below being funded. So it's there are rules around it, but if it's just one person.
Hey, the unicorn worked. He's back, or someone's back. Yeah, I mean, you can unpledge during a campaign.
You can edit your pledge anytime. You can go up or down. So I know some people were waiting until we unlocked a ton of the add-ons before they went to the bigger pledge tiers, which makes sense. And
which
all the
fair,
add-ons are
right?
unlocked.
Yeah, we totally get why people and you have a whole month, things change. Maybe you have an emergency show up that requires you to spend money, medical or otherwise. So I totally understand. No harm, no foul. Totally get that. Sometimes life just happens.
Yeah, but the good news is all add-ons are unlocked. So all the tiers are now fully good to go. And any pledge above 175 or over gets free shipping to the US, UK, EU, Canada, or Australia. So if you want to get a big bucket of really fun, beautiful stuff, all the expansions, 6 pins, t-shirt, stickers, the main game with the gold trim collector box, it's only available for Kickstarter backers, the booster with all of the guest artists. You can get that with free shipping at the $180 tier. Or you can build your own pledge up to that amount and you'll get the free shipping.
It's actually kind of worth it, guys. We did a lot of, one of the big things we did is So people ask us a lot about shipping, and we work super, super hard to like calculate our shipping so that it is as close as possible to what the actual shipping rate is. And like we have, I'm a data girl, so we have like psychotic, like giant, like spreadsheets of numbers that we get from all our shipping partners around the world, so we can get as accurate. We build little like models and weigh them. We weigh the boxes. Like we literally do all of that. And like sometimes it's hard. Like the reality is like shipping has gotten more expensive, uh, like everywhere in the world, unless you have the power of Jeff Bezos. We do not. But the thing we can do is, at some point being able to offer a little bit of something, and that's free shipping. And when you guys get, like, if you're looking at the lower pledge tiers, when you get the higher pledge tier, it's like almost just works out to saving your shipping. So you might as well just get the T-shirt and the stickers while doing it.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Off the screen.
The shipping section. So Zach, actually, I'll show Zach's guest illustration right now. So this is a monk who does incredibly acrobatic flip attacks that never actually hit anyone. I might ask him to actually just like take the exact illustration he's done, but rotate it 90 degrees or 180 degrees so that he's like upside down and doing extra flippy flips. But I love the character, love the character design, love the super like 80s, 90s rad pants.
I assume that those were like Chinese martial arts pants, Peter.
It can be both. Chinese martial arts existed in the 80s.
It really
and 90s.
depends how much like pink and blue you put in them.
How much neon?
It's true.
Yeah.
The color will determine the final culture of these pants.
Like wacky pomo pants, whatever they call it.
Is it a bunch of neon or is it some soft pastel yellow?
We'll find. I'm not going to prompt Zach. I want to see what he does. I have a feeling he'll do something more reasonable than what I'm thinking. But who knows? He does love his colors. That boy does. So when he was putting together, I was giving him directions on like what we needed for the different header images on the Kickstarter. So like stretch goals. But I wouldn't tell him like it was always going to be pair a character with it, but I didn't give him directions on which character. So what he paired for the shipping section originally was the Yeti, who's visibly stressed about climate change. I think because he has a clipboard and he looks stressed, which is pretty much what we are like when we're in shipping mode, is like lots of logistics, lots of clipboards, lots of planning. I eventually switched there with something else because I'm like, I don't want people to worry that like shipping is stressing the Yeti out. In my mind, it was like this choice matters. Now what we're gonna do for the shipping, again, keep in mind shipping section, we are gonna put the sea captain and the shark. And we're going to ship the shit out of them.
Ship the shit out of them.
Shipping them all over the world and across all 7 seas.
I have this distinct memory of selling at Fan Expo. So in another past life of mine, I used to be a jewelry designer and I made Gothic jewelry that would sell at Fan Expo and conventions. I learned at some point that I wasn't actually that good at drawing and I couldn't create that many prints. So I made jewelry instead. But someone came to cosplaying as a Transformer, I think Starscream or something, and I'm a huge Transformers fan. I was like, oh my god, like Transformers! I'm like so like thrilled. I love your costume, blah blah blah. We're chatting about Transformers, and she looks at me and she goes, "So what's your favorite ship?" And I was like, I guess like I like the fact that the Seekers turn into jets and they're fighter jets, and it's about this particular like F-15. And then she was like looking at me,
sweet summer child.
Looked at me like I'd grown a second hand. She's like, no, like shipping the characters, shipping. And I was like, my friends all looked at me. They're like, I can't believe you totally missed that, bro. Okay. And I was like, I'm dying. It's Transformers. They're Cybertronian. They're vehicles. Why wouldn't you ask them?
Are they canonically sexual beings?
The fanfic archive of our own makes it so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like in canon, how do Transformers reproduce?
It's well, there's different ones. Do you really want to know?
Like in Free Ren, she establishes canonically that elves feel no romantic or sexual urge. So, I want to know about Transformers.
In Transformers, I think the official canon now, obviously Transformers has been restarted so many times. But I think the official, they actually address this because they it's a form of racism or speciesism. So in Transformers, there are people who are called forged, which means they came from the Allspark, which was like their big god.
I forgot about the
big,
Allspark.
Yeah, their big spark, right? The big god ball. And they basically emerged out of like the Transformer god creation. They're called forged. Forged? I think they're called, yeah. And then there's what's the official? And then there's like and then there's the ones who are called, they're called cold casted or cold something. Oh my god, this is me like out of date with my Transformers lore. I'm gonna look it up because I am feeling like my Transformers.
And my question
Cold
is
like cold forged versus oh my god. No. Yeah, they're called forged, and then forged and constructed cold. So constructed cold were usually like war builder, utilitarian like functioned Cybertronians. So they were built to serve war or built to work in mines, where they built the frame and then you infused them with a little bit of spark to bring them to life. So there's actually this whole thing about Transformers racism, where like the forged people think they're better than cold constructed because they're lesser than. So there is like a real thing about how baby Transformers were born.
Everything you wanted to know about Transformers, but were too afraid to ask.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the question is, like, could a human, if they wanted to, theoretically enter into a physical relationship with a Transformer? Let's just say they're like, I don't know, a 5'10", like, you know, chunky built guy with like a beard and glasses. Like, if would the Transformer consider hypothetically being in a physical relationship with that person?
And
this guy's really funny. His chess rating is really good.
Yeah.
Andy, you've never watched Kiss Players, have you?
I have not.
After this stream, I challenge you to look up Transformers Kiss Players, of what you'll find in anime.
Is this an incognito mode search? Or
doesn't need to be incognito mode, but it is an anime that was created for Transformers, and the Japanese decided that Transformers needed to be powered by 10-year-old girls who would kiss them to power them up and bring them back from like near death and stuff. So
I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
So we needed to ask that question, and there actually is a pretty. It's meant to be cute, but let's just say that it is. It has a lot of innuendo, but there is one where, at some point, Starscream was who's the very like backstabbery, power hungry character. Starscream manages to possess this 10-year-old girl, girl, and he, not understanding humans and human bodily functions, had possessed this girl when she was in the bathroom. And there's literally like a manga panel of the like little girl standing, being Starscream and super evil, and you see like her underwear like around her ankles, because she basically just got up off the toilet and proceeded to go off and be an evil tyrant, not understanding human functions. So
what you're describing is like why I only ever watch anime if it reaches what I call escape velocity, which is where it enters the mainstream enough that I'm hearing about it and like being recommended by people who I know aren't really into anime. Like otherwise I just kind of like I won't go after anime at all, because every now and then you'll just be like, this looks interesting, and then a young girl gets possessed by an alien robot while she's peeing. And I'm like, watch that.
You asked, and you shall receive.
I want to be on the record. I did not ask for this.
Your question was, can a Transformer possess a 10-year-old on the toilet while she's peeing?
I will like to recant. I did ask for this. I definitely did.
You asked for love, and you asked for human connection, and I gave you Kiss Players.
I was irresponsible. This was the lesson I needed to turn my life around. I need to be more careful with the questions I ask on stream.
Here, the more G-rated one is that the G-rated one is that there is a thing called pretenders, where Cybertronians do develop technology strong enough where they create like alien robots that look human-like, so they can use it to infiltrate Earth. How about that one? That will fit probably your niche a little bit more.
Okay, I feel like I've learned a lot, and most importantly, my
I'm
lesson.
sorry, chat.
I've learned a lot. Most importantly, my lesson.
I'm sorry, chat. If you guys ask me about
Okay.
random weird Transformer shit, I know the dark corner.
Dungeon Tryouts.
Dungeon Tryouts. Dungeon Tryouts, where we have a Transformer who's actually a car.
Okay.
There is right now a prompt that I've been trying to figure out how to write around the word transformer, because we can't use that word obviously, about like basically a transformer whose car form is like a beat to shit rusted out minivan, or something like that. Yeah, joke is transformer is funny car. Look at this animation. Look at this. Whoa.
I wish
Doing
it was like
flips.
anime. Yeah, whoa.
So the card's gonna do that, right?
Electric guitars. Yeah, we're gonna have ChatGPT animate the card.
That is how I the just swirling around the layer in Photoshop is how I animated the unicorn who breaks kneecaps video. I just recorded my screen in Photoshop, hid the bounding box, and just made him bounce around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of great.
Oh, yeah.
I actually feel like inspired because I know I'm going to do a bunch of videos myself, and I know in that particular time where our New Yorker kneecap breaking unicorn came into play was when we were pitching the quest about mountain goats, and I know I pitched the Pegasus that keeps dropping passengers to their death, and I actually feel like I want that same treatment, Peter. I want the Pegasus bouncing up and down while I play her in her neighing voice.
Yeah, I can do that. You send me the voice file. We can make that happen.
Yeah, I appreciate. Wait, now the question is: were you behind the unicorn the entire time?
Oh, like giving him like art direction notes, like.
Or like no, like were you like when you put the unicorn in front? Did you?
Oh no! So I took a photo of the background that the interview was happening on the other side because it was the same camera setup from the Sea Captain. Put that as the background in Photoshop, and then just made a layer where I had the unicorn would listen to my audio that I recorded and jiggle him in time with it, and every now and then for certain punch-ins would like increase the size of the unicorn, but not the backdrop. I just screen recorded the bit where I was doing the recording.
Okay,
I remember
now I know.
when my friend.
You're learning all our movie magic skills. You guys got like a whole course on how to make a low budget film right now.
When I was at CollegeHumor, the guy named Tony Wilson did the animation for a skit called Otaku Trucker, which came out of a joke where like we had a different like vendor for food who would like set up their little food truck like on the cafeteria level every day, and we would get an email like who the vendor was, and the vendor for that day was Sushi Dog, and Jake Young said that sounds like an otaku trucker. And the whole thing was just born from that. So nice. Yeah, but the shortcut they took for animation was that they just like linked his mustache to a wave file of the dialogue, and it just wiggles in time with the waveform.
Nice.
Like the time and intensity of the waveform. So there's like a part where he's like yelling, and the mustache is like curling all the way up over his face.
Love it.
While he's
so
talking.
Cool.
This is some really genius shortcuts.
That's
if you haven't watched Otaku Trucker, an old CollegeHumor animated skit.
Oh my god, actually so clever.
That's really good. Immediately Googling that after this stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
But speaking of which, I think that our drawing time has come to an end. Andy, creator of Pizza Time, and lesser known as the illustrator of so many fine comics. Did I miss any, by the way? Are there any comics you've done that I didn't mention?
I wasn't paying attention when you said everything. I do Awoo, your D&D Stories. Those are the two projects mostly happening now. Keep an eye out for other stuff.
Cool. Awesome. You can find him at Awoo Streams. He'll be streaming noon until 2 Eastern Time on July 29th and August 5th. You can catch us at Gen Con, 8:30 p.m. We will create a live stream like pre-event for it on YouTube shortly. But specifically for Andy's art streams, you'll find him at Awoo Streams on Twitch, which we have right here to pin. Oh, I think we double clicked. There we go. And yeah, thank you to everyone who supported Dungeon Tryouts. Maruki, Eric, you got anything you want to send the folks off with? Andy, you got anything you want to shout out, to plug, to share?
Just more Transformers questions.
Yeah.
I'll just have to join you on more streams. I'll join you on Twitch next time, Andy.
We'll save those for the not safe for work expansion live stream.
Save the darkest ones. Yes. No, just thanking everyone who has been kind of on this journey with us for the last week for Dungeon Tryouts, whether you are part of the Story Engine family, whether you found us through Dungeon Tryouts, or maybe you found us through Andy, or and you're joining us for the first time getting to know us. Thank you for joining and being a part of our community. We have 3 more weeks left, so we're, the campaign goes till August 15th. So if you like this game, if you love the art, if you love all the zany quests and the adventures that we have, please keep joining us on more streams and share with your friends. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. We'll catch you all in the next one.
If you had a good time.
Sorry,
that's going to be my outro. All right.
Do your outro.
If you had a good time, if you enjoyed being here, if you think you might like to come back in the future, consider following. If you didn't have a good time, if you decided to check it out but it just wasn't for you, you can't imagine that you'd want to participate in the future, consider following. And then I would just end the stream.